Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Oh my God. All right, everybody.
No.
How's it going this morning?
I was ready.
Why did that happen?
Did I do it? Did I scare anyone?
I didn't like that at all.
No.
Hey, we're back here in the Hassle Castle. All you little hasslers out there in Quad City land. And, of course, this is Don't Hassle Us Local, brought to you by our friends at Dunright Satellite and Dish. And we're rocking out here on 1170, the K-Bob Arena.
It's the day. It's a big day, right?
It's Thursday.
Well, it's draft day.
I know.
That's the thing.
Thursday.
This is where you're...
It's not Wednesday anymore.
By the power of Thor, I declare this my day.
What?
It's Thursday.
What?
Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Get it?
Dad
I didn't.
joke.
I was trying to think of like 4/23/20, but yeah.
you do the
Thursday.
power of Thorn. He usually calls it Thorn.
Oh.
And then I got to pick her up with one arm. It's getting hard. She's getting heavy.
But this is the day where all of the future of your teams. You said it's also there. I'm sure there's also a day that plenty of posts on social media to remind everyone that the Bears traded this pick away in 2020 to get Mitchell Trubisky. So that'll be fun to read on social media again.
Well, we celebrated by watching our 30 seconds of Khalil Mack highlights from last year.
There you go.
That was good.
Again,
I can take it.
The one thing I look forward to the most of this is what a train wreck I think
Did the
tonight's going
Bears
to be.
not have a first-round pick because of that Khalil Mack trade still?
Yeah.
So they traded their first round pick for dude?
Well, yeah, that when they did it also for the Mitchell Trubisky. So there's a lot of stock, and actually we're going to get into that later because I asked T-Roy to look at the first round and come up with draft scenarios that we can recklessly speculate on.
I'm up to 8 draft scenarios right now.
Love it, because I'm looking at one right now, mock draft, and it is straight off the board as can be, and it's not fun to even look at or recklessly speculate on. It does have yesterday when we talked about Tristan Wirfs going number 4 to the Giants, like you said. I think even the top 4, if you can do like a derby style bet 4 in a row with no trades at all, you'd do this, wouldn't you, T-Roy? Burrow, Young, Okudah, Wirfs, a perfecta.
If I could get who?
There's no trades. You know for a fact there are no trades at all.
Okay.
You have to bet the 4 in a row.
Okay.
Don't you think that sounds right?
Who would I say?
Burrow 1,
Young
2,
Okudah.
yep, and Wirfs.
That's what I have. That's what I'd bet on.
That would make a lot of money, to be honest with you. No trades, but how you're never going to find a book that's going to allow you to have a thing where trades and then nullify the bet, or it's a push. But that does sound like a solid 4 right there, an exacta.
Oh. Let's put some money on it.
Well, we can't. That's the thing. We'll speculate that type of thing because there's going to be some trades coming up. I do think the Lions are going to trade out of 3. I think probably it will be the Dolphins or Chargers that get up into that 3 spot to take whichever quarterback they want. I don't know if anyone else will trade out of the top 10.
I have some scenarios.
But yeah, you do have it, and we'll talk about that.
I'm up to 9. I got
to
to trade down, and then there's some other stuff. I mean, I can.
This draft class is really rich with wide receivers, and it might be one of the strongest ever. Later on, we're going to look at.
Well, that guy you were reading off air before we came in, that guy from CBS Sports, at one point in his mock draft, I believe he has 4 straight wide receivers going, and that starts at like pick 10 or 11 because he has someone trading up to pick 10, I believe. If you still have that paper, if you still have that,
I do.
Look at that real quick.
It was Jason La Canfora from CBS Sports. He had Denver trading up to Cleveland at the 10 to take CeeDee Lamb. as the first wide receiver off the board. But he also says they could easily target Jerry Jeudy. And you took, I think, Henry Ruggs in our mock, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. He also has Tua going to the Patriots, who trade into the 13th slot. But again, these are things that you get to look at also. We'll look at your scenarios and reckless speculation.
He might be a different guy that I looked at. But I want to say that there was somebody that had it going, and it starts with, I think this guy, for some reason, he had Jeudy going first. But it basically went Jeudy, Lamb, Ruggs, and then I can't remember if it was Higgins or Justin Jefferson. Mm-hmm. But he had 4 straight wideouts, like picks 10 through 14. I was like, whoa. Which I think, if history tells you anything about first-round wideouts right now, it hasn't been the greatest. Right, Leah?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, neither are first-round quarterbacks, so
I know. I am with you. It's just a matter of listen. Everybody wants to get the next Julio Jones,
Iglesias,
or Iglesias. Yeah. But that's
Yeah,
really
you
what
mean-
they're looking at.
All right. This is such a weird draft because of what's going
if
on.
Alabama's anything, they are white out you.
Okay.
Think about the wideouts they developed in the last however many years. You got Amari Cooper, you got Julio Jones, you got the other kid, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
But there's some odd schools out there that South Carolina has a good pedigree too for wide receivers. So does LSU.
All right, LSU.
But I'm not disagreeing.
LSU has
couple. I'm not disagreeing with
Yeah,
your point,
Odell
though.
Beckham's up there and Jarvis Landry up there. But
Yeah.
where I'm talking about, I think you got 4 compared to 3 or 2. There's somebody else out there from Alabama I'm missing too that
David Palmer, the pocket rocket.
I can't remember. There's somebody else.
That was before Bomber. That was the thing. That's when Alabama won the national title, in
I have a pocket rocket,
92.
too.
His name was David Palmer.
That doesn't shock me one bit.
I wish I wouldn't have said that out loud.
I'm glad you did.
Bomber Leonard.
Anyway, I have a ton of different scenarios. This is what I mean. Hey man, it's our boy's words. This is our day to recklessly speculate.
Yeah, well,
and get away with it.
Kuiper made a career out of it. Todd McShay gets to do it all the time. And
hey, Sergio, why don't you stand up and show the crowd your shirt so they can all see
Stand
it?
up or just...
Yeah, stand up. I think if you're... Yeah, there you go.
I tried to buy one yesterday. We have to get it online.
Yes, ma'am. I survived the FOMO, the Prohibition, and the TP crisis of 2020.
It's great.
That's good.
Want to know what? People were still offended.
No.
Yes. Yes, I'm serious.
Offended by what?
When I posted this as the classical graphics being as awesome as they are, did a web store for us for free,
Yep.
Yeah,
set
I
this
love
up.
those
It
guys
was
at
very
Classical
smart.
Graphics.
It's a simple way. This made it so simple for us to... They set up the web store. We just get them the design. All the orders go in through the web store. They're all paid online directly to them.
Your shirt gets shipped to you.
The shirts
Trust
came in.
me, this is something I want to do for the
picked-
rest of our lives
no
when it
kidding,
comes to
right?
t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Because
The
I'm not in the Gap, and I'm not what is it, American Eagle?
Sure.
Whatever the kids all do.
Hollister.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Gadzooks.
I like girls that wear it.
Do you?
I love Abercrombie. Fitch.
Gadzooks.
So
Hot Topic.
So this process, everything was ordered online. Then they cut off the date on when they're taking the orders.
Yep.
They made the shirts. I picked them up. They give me a check for what we profit from the people that bought them for us.
Correct.
They take their cut. They give me mine. Done. The only minor little downfall is when people come in, they want to support you. Like Leah yesterday came in and got some carry-out drinks.
When they
she
see
wanted
it.
to wanted to buy a shirt right there, and unfortunately I had to say I can't give you any of
Yeah.
these. These are all paid for and spoken for.
It makes
You know
sense,
what you
though.
can
But I
do?
can put your order in for the next round of shirts.
Or you
Yeah.
can, as a bar owner, you could get a small amount of
Correct.
shirts.
Correct.
Just
That's
to
what I'm-
have in half.
which is what I'm going to do
Which
for
you
the
don't-
next
yeah.
round of
Exactly. Just
Well,
a
that's
small
great.
amount
Anything else
to
we
have
do.
in half.
So it worked out great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Leah and maybe one or two other people asked to buy them. I'm like, you know what? Hey, the next round, we'll get you in right at the top of the list. Or like you said, I can just buy a couple extra myself to have
Yeah,
on
you
hand.
don't have to, I mean, I'll tell you right now, me and Jimmy cleaned up his office at Harrington's the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 3 boxes worth of shirts in there.
Right.
I mean, they're not full, but I got
Right.
I got St. Patty's shirts.
Sure.
I got a couple different rounds of different Harrington shirts I've done. Okay.
So back to the people being offended by this.
Yeah. How? Why?
This is why there was a couple people that I don't know. I've never
That's
met them before.
that's an old gas mask. They don't even use that
Right.
one
So
anymore.
what they did was They
Oh
said,
my gosh.
and a couple of our friends, like Big Undies Brundies, was making a joke about should we wait until this is over before I buy a
Huge
shirt?
ass, that Doug Brundies.
Before I buy a shirt that says I survived. He was making a joke about it. I said, hey, dude, why don't you stop? Like the only thing that I can do to bring in some revenue right now, you're deterring customers from buying that. I really appreciate that, Doug. Thanks, buddy. But there were people that were serious about, I think we should wait until we get through this before I buy a shirt that says I survived. I'm like, my shirt does not say anything about a virus, T-Roy.
No, it doesn't.
No.
If you die because of TB crisis, FOMO, or prohibition, I will gladly buy you a shirt so you can wear it. So you can wear it while you get buried.
People are just so
Wear
wussies.
it at your funeral. You like that, Jay?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you let them know that there's a 98.9 survival rate and they probably will survive it?
Survive what?
All of it?
This has nothing to do with COVID-19.
We're not going to do
This is because people were running out of toilet paper. They were scared.
Can't go see their friends. FOMO.
We're not going to do this.
No.
All right.
Too early. Still hungover. Good to go.
At least she's honest, folks. Like we said, draft is tonight. It's going to be interesting about what's going to happen. I think it's always when you have these special teams players like, your wide receivers, your running backs. Is there going to be a running back go in the first round?
Like I said, in my first mock, I think Jonathan Taylor is the only one that has a chance, and
The dude
I
from
foresee him going
Georgia
to
Tech
Miami.
also.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you get that run of offensive tackles. It's not that fun.
There's a running back from Georgia too that's pretty well touted. I can't think of his name right now. By the way, Georgia running back, Just saying, they've been producing a lot of good running backs lately.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. We will talk a little bit later about Herschel Walker, who was from Georgia also.
He's a man.
Because we get to talk about when we are speculating first-round draft picks. And someone already brought that up on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread about the Cincinnati Bengals and what the Dolphins may not have offered them, which is crazy to did. We talked a little bit yesterday about the MLB and minor league baseball. Still, there's a he said, she said type of thing. There's reports that they're going to contract minor league baseball. Minor league baseball says that they feel good about what's going on with Major League Baseball. The Red Sox finally got their hand slapped over basically their...
It was basically a hand slap too.
Yes.
This is pretty...
Anything doing
light.
with stealing signs or
They
whatever
weren't
else.
knocking, or what were they doing? What was their thing? Has anybody has a video? The Red Sox. What was their sign stealing plan, per se?
Theirs was more of the Apple Watch in 2018. That's when Manfred came in and said, we're not doing any more devices. You can't do this and that. So
they were wearing their watches by their bat?
They would send a text, and they would send a message, and because you can't have phones in the dugout, but you could have watch. So the guys would sit there, and they'd send a message, and you could read it on your Apple Watch.
What?
And that was JT Watkins.
But how did they get the message to the batter then?
They had one guy in the dugout had a red Solo cup with a string tied to it, and the batter had the other cup on the other end of the line.
Yep.
No, but seriously, how did they do it?
They just text each other. There's probably different ringtones for certain things, maybe.
Who knows? Or they had a buzzer.
However they did it, it's more of the fact that the players lied to investigators or kept their stuff from the front office. So that's where Major League Baseball stepped in and said, you guys have done some things wrong. Alex Cora, the manager, who's, he was suspended through the 2020 postseason, and he was also the bench coach for the 2017 Astros. So, and then, like I said, video replay system operator JT Watkins is suspended for the 2020 season. Okay.
Oh, no.
Not our system operator, JT Watkins. We got to have that guy. They did take away a second-round pick, and that's about it. But, yeah, sorry, JT Watkins. You got suspended for a year.
For a year that they're not even playing.
Yeah. And that's your 15 minutes of fame, JT Watkins, that you got. In other news, next month, maybe on Memorial Day weekend, TNT is going to air a Champions for Charity. It's called The Match. Champions for Charity. Tiger.
Yay.
Tiger's doing it?
And Peyton versus Phil and Tom And
Mickelson.
I don't even need to give you last names. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Tiger and Peyton versus Phil and Tom. It's going to be live on TNT next month. All the proceeds are going to
You can call me Betty.
benefit
Betty,
those
you can call
impacted
me
by the COVID-19.
Phil and Tom.
Never
You're already
heard of
taking Phil and Tom?
No.
I'm taking Tiger.
Taking Tiger and Peyton all day
Phil's my
long.
favorite, but I'm still gonna go Tiger. He's the
How
better
does
golfer.
this work? Without clicking on a link, how do you think you're a golfer, T-Ray? You're a golfer, Bomber.
Yep. A little bit.
How does this work without clicking on a link? Do you do best ball? When you guys play in your league at out at Hidden Hills, do you guys do best ball or do you just shot? How will this work?
Well, we do best ball plus it's handicapped.
Because
Which
Lord
these
knows,
guys probably won't handicap. They
once-
probably split it up the way,
Hold on. Once I start to figure out golf and then I post something on social media, it's very obvious that I know a lot more about golf than everybody else because heaven forbid I ever do an ABCD flight again. So how do you think this is going to work? 2 versus 2?
2 versus 2.
Well,
Lowest
what they'll
score.
probably do is, they'll probably, let's
Lowest
just say
score.
Tiger Eagles, Phil birdies,
Peyton goes
Tom-
par, Tom goes bogey.
yeah.
I just like the idea,
Or
that
something
Tom-
like that.
I
don't know,
I like
it
the
just
idea that
depends.
Tom's last in this. That's all.
Well, and they'll probably do a
Dang it, Tom.
and they might run it like a skins game, depending on that. So like let's say this. So once you win a hole, it's over. It doesn't matter. Overall score doesn't continue. It's just per hole. So they do it like a skin style. So let's say Tiger and Peyton take hole 1, and
I still don't know what that means. Like, so Peyton is better than.
right, here's the deal. Here's how it would work.
Thank
There's
you.
par.
So it has nothing to do with getting par. It just has. Let's just say as a combined score, they win the hole.
So
All right, as a combined score as a team, let's just
lowest
say
amount of hits to get to
lowest
the
amount of
ball
hits to get your both the balls in the hole. Okay,
That's what she
and
said.
you
Yeah.
skin it from there.
okay, yeah.
So by the way, let's just say that Phil and Tom are down by four skins
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
after 15.
I like it.
After
Then
hole,
it's-
because at 15, you
It's
got
like the
15,
Ryder
16,
Cup,
17, 18, yeah. So after 15, if they're down
All
by
right.
4, the match is over. So they won.
That's what I said,
They
Tyler.
won in 15 with 3 to play.
I'm with you. What I think is like when it comes like the Ryder Cup, I figure it out. It's kind of like the Kentucky Derby. I figure out how to gamble, but I only figured out like the day of when it's participating, and then I forget
I
about
think
it.
that's probably how they'll set it up. I can't imagine them not doing it.
I think it's just going to
that
be
way.
low score, low ball.
Well, commercial break, I'll figure out like if they've posted odds in this. It's got to be Tiger and Peyton over Phil and Tom,
Yeah,
right?
Phil he's getting up there. He's not as good as he used to be.
But I mean, Peyton's
Tiger's
got more
still
time.
got the heat though.
By the way, it was Tony Romo's birthday the other day. We forgot to tell him happy birthday
Aw.
because I know he's listening.
Well, he should be. He loves
I
me.
don't see why not.
He's a good friend.
You guys wear the same outfits.
Well, he went to college with T-Ra's wife. That's how he knows him. And then they go to college reunions and hang out together.
Yeah, she makes out with him and stuff.
Oh, that's sweet. You allow it. $1 million for one night with your wife.
All right. Well, you're listening to Don't Hassle So Local. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can listen to us on the app if you download it, wherever you download your apps from, Google Store, or Apple. Go to ESPN 1170 AM. Search for that. You can also listen to us on ESPN1170am.com. Click the upper right-hand corner. Listen now. And thank you for listening also and watching on Facebook Live. You can leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. We got to take a quick break. Let's take a little bit more look at the draft tonight and speculate on some trade scenarios, especially the first one that
Wait.
we talked about that started this entire conversation, T-Ray, that we had off the air.
I know. I love it.
He said a Perkins waitress on every hole.
What's wrong with Perkins, dude?
I like the way you think, Derek.
That's the Grand Slam, if you know what it is. All right. The Vans Pizza and More is now open from 11 to 9 daily with delivery all day long to Bettendorf and LeClaire. All you have to do is call 563-232-1396 and enjoy these outstanding specials that are going to last the entire COVID crisis. We have a $5 cheeseburger basket, $7 double cheeseburger basket, $5 personal pizza, $7 personal specialty, $9 for any medium, and $12 for any large. Once again, that number is 563-232-1396. They can have that hot and ready for you to carry out, or once again, delivery to all of Bettendorf and LeClaire. That's Vans Pizza and More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
This is Josh Sides, head coach, St. Ambrose University Esports. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, we're local.
ESPN, your choice for chiropractic care in the Quad Cities. Chronic problems, joint pain, or recent injury. Don't let pain slow you down. Sheedy Family Chiropractic in Davenport can help decrease your pain and improve range of motion, keeping your busy life moving. Same-day appointments available most days for new patients and $20 sports physicals. Call today or visit sheedychiro.com. That's SHEEDY, Chiro.com. Sheedy Family Chiropractic, getting you back to work, play, and life. The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. I walked away and always, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile, but it's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce this show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. And I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right. I said it.
These are shocking things. All right. Put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugatz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing. Do they?
It's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
Oh,
it is
right in the garbage.
Right off the garbage. I'm going to throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Sensitivity, understanding, and a tradition of kindness and caring. It's so important when a family loses a loved one. Call on us, Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, for all your service needs. You have our single-minded attention to every detail. With a range of choices and services available, our professionalism, and our deepest sympathy. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
Hey, this is Eric at Winger Truck Line, where we have been in continuous operation without a layoff for 74 years, and we are hiring drivers. During this unprecedented time in our nation's history, Winger Truck Line is staying strong and hiring for regional home weekends. We are busy serving our families, our customers, and our nation. How about you? Call me today, 800-593-6433, or see us online at drivewtl.com. Let's go!
It's all rainbow.
Wow, man.
There's rainbow and sunshine in here, buddy.
Yeah.
Speaking of sunshine.
Everybody's just in a great mood. Nobody's arguing.
Nobody's arguing. Leah looks beautiful today. No one would ever have known that she rolled out of bed. I mean, she's rolling out of bed looking this good. I don't know what those single men are doing.
Woke up singing Babylon. She's having a great day.
Does she like Babylon?
They don't have my number.
Is Babylon bad?
Couple things.
I don't know what Babylon is.
On the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, I see that Ron Foster joined us. So
Well, you got his picture
speedy
right
recovery there. And then I do see that Erickson said Troy looked angry during the break. No, not at all.
No,
he doesn't get
not
upset.
really angry. I mean, just going through things with Jay, and not mad at Jay at all. No, just a heated debate, if you will. How about
There
that?
are some times, and when I was younger, like in 2001, 2002.
You were way young. How young were you then, Jay?
I
You were in your
was
early 20s?
Yeah, I was. Well, yeah, I would have been 24,
19
25
years younger.
Yeah.
I was working at a place in Little Canada, Minnesota.
Little Canada.
And I was data entry.
Do they say A a lot?
I never knew of such a place.
It's just north of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay.
I did data entry. It was for U.S. Bank. I was incredibly good at two things.
Data entry?
The data entry for the state of New Mexico and Colorado. I memorized all the codes for everything.
Oh.
So those are the only states I would do. Yes. Complete nerd. Absolutely. But I would also listen to sports talk radio. And this was right around the time right after PTI was, it still is the best. We just don't watch as much, but that was must-see TV in the afternoon.
Right.
You didn't watch PSL or Jeopardy or Wheel. You watched PTI when that came on at 4:30.
What was PTI?
Pardon the interruption. But so Tony Kornheiser had a show. But when you listened in internet radio back then, they didn't go to commercials. You could hear everything that was going on in the studio. So if Kornheiser had a take and his buddy Wilbon didn't like it, they would plug him in during that 3-minute commercial. And you could hear their conversation. Sometimes I wish people could hear our conversation in the 3 minutes. Sometime, Bomber.
Just sometimes.
Yeah.
That was a good 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That's what she said.
Only one person would not want to hear that conversation in the last 3 minutes.
Yes, I'm just saying that. Yeah, I'm just saying that the lot of
And
them,
it wasn't Daughtry. Who was the guy?
Oh my God! I swear.
Well, I don't know the names of these guys are talking
Ryan
about.
Adams is my favorite musician.
Okay,
They're trying
Ryan,
to tell me he
not
sounds
Brian.
like David Gray. He does not sound like
And
David
I don't know.
David Gray, Jason Mraz, and all these other
And
guys.
I wouldn't know either one of those guys if they walked
All the
in here and punched me in the face.
singer-songwriters, all the singer, you've seen them, you know them. They're all the singer-songwriters. They all look the same.
Who's the dude with the goofy hair and his name's Ed?
Ryan Adams.
No.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
the only one I would know if I saw that dude.
Well, he doesn't have a soul. He's a ginger.
He's a Ryan Adams.
Hey, we trying to say
They
my
all
daughter
look the
doesn't have a soul?
You never know. It's
She
still
doesn't.
early.
My daughter, she's gonna cut someone's heart out one day. I can't wait.
I will eat your heart.
Yeah, they all look the same. They all sound the same.
You're wrong. False
By the way-
information.
Oh,
you're
you
giving
know
right
what
now.
else? And then she told me last night. She's like, I bet you like Dave Matthews Band. I'm like, no, I don't.
I was like, phew.
Is it wrong to tell your 4-year-old daughter that she should want to have a hairy chest like her daddy?
My grandpa used to say that. Put some Windex on it. Put some hair in your chest. Eat that. It puts hair in your chest.
Yeah, but she's like, Daddy, what's that? I go, it's my fur. Do you want fur like that? She goes, yeah. I go, I'm gonna remind you of this when you get older.
Like the golden retriever.
Yes.
I don't think she wants that.
She doesn't. She'll change her mind.
I don't think she will. I hope she's as furry as me. Gotta keep the boys away.
It's true. It definitely will. Some of them, at least.
So,
Some of them, at least. Oh.
Stocking is commenting on something that I don't know if it was La Cafora on CBS mock draft or that was Ryan White, but it's the same thing we talked about yesterday. That was the Patriots moving from the 23 to the 10 to the 3 spot.
Yep, I have that in a scenario. I have them in a couple different scenarios.
Well, you
By
know
the
what?
way, did you see the other big news, Jay?
What's that?
Guess who's suing your boy Vince McMahon?
Oh, Oliver Luck.
Oliver Luck going
Why?
after his $20 million.
He wants
Suing him?
He wants the $20 million that he was going to get to be the commissioner of the XFL.
Yeah.
I don't like this story.
Yeah, I don't either.
So Oliver,
not a
so
feel-good
and
story.
again, this is right up my alley, and it's not
But
something
I
I
think
clicked on.
I think that I want you to dig into this because I think there's more details into it.
All right, I will.
I just saw it on
pull it
a
second
clicker, so you just if you just read the headline, Jay, you don't get all the info.
What?
Go to TMZ. They'll know.
It's true.
What? T-Right?
Well, I'm just trying to.
I'll just share it blindly, and,
what,
and everyone can.
internet warriors out there.
Anyone can-
Headlines.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look away. What's TK show?
TK.
Tony Kornheiser. It's the one we were just talking about.
Some people call her Tony Cornholer.
Okay, so before I get into this, and we'll wait for the second hour. All right, tonight we have the draft, and I do think there's going to be, if there's under.
You said right now was Vegas at 4.5.
I don't know. I made it up.
You did make it up.
Yes. Serge, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you look up to see if there is a prop bet, the number of trades in the first round for the NFL draft this year?
Yep.
That's the one. What would I put it at? I
Prop
put it at
bet.
4.5. is what I put it at. Trades. But what I'm asking you is, I said, I gave you the draft list, and I said, give me trade scenarios to recklessly speculate, and then we can just sit there and argue about it. But the very first one, how this started the entire conversation, is you said that Ian Schefter, right?
Adam Schefter.
Adam Schefter. I got Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter mixed up.
3.5, Jay.
It's 3.5?
Yep. Sorry that took so long.
Over. Bet the over.
I would bet the over.
I'm betting the over as well.
All right, so 3.5. So I bet the over on trades. So the one that he was reporting was
the fact that Miami has made multiple phone calls over the last month to Cincinnati, trying to get that number 1 overall.
Right, hang on, I got an update.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
That was okay. So they have it set for 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, and then they have odds on that.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to hear?
What are the odds on favorite for it to be? What are they saying? As in the way they have the odds, which one's the more likely?
All right. So at 3.5, it's minus 909. Okay.
So that's a weird 909.
So 5.5.
You have to put up $909 to win 100?
Right.
Okay.
So 4.5 is minus 250. So there's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
5.5 is minus 180. 6.5 is plus 155. So they're saying 6.
Yeah,
they're saying 6 trades
roughly. Yeah,
yeah.
Wow. So it's basically set at 6 over under 6.
Huh. So then they have exact total draft day trades involving 20 first round picks at 0. Like if you were to bet that there are 0 trades, it's plus 3,500.
It's interesting. So Bomber, eye that one.
Buy that one?
Exactly one is 2,200. Exactly 2 is plus 1,100. Exactly 3 is plus 500. 4 is 350. 5 is 225. 6 is 250.
I like
and
the
back
5.
up.
100 and put down 100 to win 225.
I like the 3 at 1,100.
That's better than putting down 909 to win 100.
That is.
I don't like those odds right there.
I do. I like the 3 too. Because
3 put down 100 to win 1,100.
Three's where your value is. T-Ray's right. That's where the value is.
Yeah.
The 3.
I like that one.
All right, so
I like that.
Dolphins
so
have
the Dolphins,
contacted
numerous
on cue. You're all week, gentlemen.
She's so great. Everyone, I'm going to tell you right now, I love Leah.
All right. So the Dolphins have contacted the Bengals
numerous times trying to get this first overall pick. I'm not positive on the scenario, but what I thought I understood from it, the Dolphins have offered all 3 of their first round picks for this trade, and the Bengals' response said absolutely not.
No. It's a big no.
There is no scenario in which they will trade the number 1 overall pick.
All right, so just like you're saying, according to Schefter, the Miami Dolphins called the Cincinnati Bengals several times in recent weeks in an attempt to obtain the number 1 pick. Let's see. Now, if they're offering what you say, that part I don't know in reading this. But that being said, if it is what you're saying, aren't the Bengals dumb?
Yeah. Even if they offered him 2 of their first round picks, if they offered him 7 in 2018, I think they're 18. I think they're right after Dallas. If they offer him the 5, the 18, and their second round, I want to say Miami has. Oh, Jay, I'm sorry.
The Dolphins,
Miami has the 39th overall pick, too. So if they offer them the 5th, the 18th, and the 39th even, you jump all over that.
Now, here's what's happening. Here's the scenario. It's not working out. The Dolphins are trying to also trade up to the number 3. Okay? Without giving up their number 5. And then they're offering the 3 and 5 picks to Cincinnati for the number 1 pick. Again, Cincinnati. Well, you need Detroit to step in and help that out. The 3 and 5 for the 1. You take that.
Yes, you take that. They can still get Tua at 3. They'll still get Tua at 3.
Dolphins would still hold the 18 and 26 overall.
Jay, if you roll the clocks back right now, to a year ago, right now, and we're telling everybody here, hey, this can happen. You can get Tua or Joe Burrow. We don't even know who Joe Burrow is.
No.
Just because Tua had one little injury, he's dropped this far? I don't think so.
Wrist and hip, though.
Wrist and hip, but he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
This kid's going to be fine.
The Dolphins, by the way, because we talked about, we've had American here before the season started when he bet the over-under at under 5 wins. And he ended up pushing because they got the 5th one when they beat the Patriots. But he said, we're tanking for Tua.
Yes.
And
so now that the Bengals can turn around and get the 3rd and the 5th?
So give me the insight then. How does Joe Burrow go from an undrafted free agent?
Well, he wins the national title.
Wins a Heisman, wins a national title, everything else.
There it is. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I get it. Listen, Joe Burrow deserves every bit of recognition and every bit of hype he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the kid looks all world. And he probably will be a great pro if he can continue to play the way he did for LSU. And the completion percentage he was at, he was ungodly.
I think he's going to be great, yeah.
But at the same time, Tua is not a bust.
No.
Tua is not a bust.
No, he's not a bust.
But they don't have to take Tua. They can take Herbert later. They can get Jordan Love later.
But what I'm saying is they'll have the 3 and the 5.
Cincinnati should make this deal. If Detroit makes a deal with Miami, Cincinnati should take this deal at 3 and 5. 100%. There's no way you can tell me that Joe Burrow as a 1 is better than 3 and 5. No. It just doesn't happen. Like you don't make these trades happen.
This could change the Bengals into a good program.
3 and 5 for a 1. Okay, this thing happens in fantasy football. Collusion. Everyone loses their mind. Tells the commissioner.
Serge loves fantasy football.
I'm just saying. Do you know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't happen.
Wait a second.
I'm not saying fantasy is what happens in real sports, but at some point you look at it and go, "This is too good to be true." 3 and 5 for a 1.
Well, at this point, I almost think Miami's crazy. At this point, if they can get the 3 without giving up the 5, well, you keep that.
Detroit's
Miami.
not looking like they want to trade this pick. That's the problem.
Okay, but follow me here. If Miami can get the 3 without giving up the 5, who cares about the 1? You get the 3 and the 5, you go Tua, and then you hope all day long. Actually, you don't even care. Listen, you want Wirfs. In my eyes, they want Wirfs. But the next guy up is the Justin Wills.
Yeah.
So you either get him at 5 or you get Wirfs at 5. Bingo, baby. You've got your quarterback. You've got your offensive lineman. And then I'm sure that their 26th pick or somewhere around there. Either way, they could probably still get Jonathan Taylor at 32. Didn't I say they had the 32
but
or they have the 36?
I'm just telling you right now, the Lions have to do this, though. The Lions have to be able to trade with the Dolphins at the 3. So the Dolphins are trying to trade into the 3 without giving up the 5. That's the thing.
They're probably trying to trade the 18 and the 26.
Yes.
For the 3. Is what I'm gonna assume.
That's what I would
Which, if
say.
you're the Lions, you're like, okay, I'll take 2 first-round picks for 1. Okuda's not guaranteed to be the be-all, end-all, and the cornerback position is deep this year.
If you're the Lions, though, do you have to take their 18 and 26, or do you take 1 this year and next year because the Dolphins have 2 next year first-round draft picks? And we've talked about this. It's a completely different draft next year that we think that we're speculating also that things are going to be different next year. This is something we've never seen in our lifetime. Back in the day when they used to just hand in index cards, you had to make a draft the right way. And by the way, if you do have a chance, and they have it again, Peyton's Places,
yes,
and they replay it. Go through the draft. It is about the Cowboys, how they acquired a computer of someone, a bankrupt system. They acquired a computer that started doing the draft, and that's how they drafted Drew Pearson. It's a great Peyton's Places. What? So it used to be a day like you saw it, you handed an index card and everything else, and they called in. So, but who knows what next year's going to be. I think it is more important to stockpile. Let's see. Saints already said they're not going to do anything this spring. He contacted the Saints and said, work out the best that you can, come into shape in the summertime, the best shape you can be. We're not meeting. We're not doing anything else. We're not doing Zoom. Just players, do your best. Be the people you can be. So right now, the smart thing, the forward-thinking thing is the teams that already were in the playoffs and those that would have been on the outside looking in, like the Steelers, because of the new format, they're probably going to make it again. Because they already familiar with the system.
You always lose two
Burrow's
teams.
not changing the Bengals with going into next season. It's not going to happen. I mean,
Not
they're
by
gonna,
himself.
No. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So trade back or get assets or do next year's draft. The Bengals are, if the Dolphins can pull this off, the Bengals are done. To not do it.
Well, if I'm the Dolphins, if I can pull just off getting the 3 without giving up the 5, I'm happy with that.
And I think that's where the problem lies, is because the Lions aren't probably going to do the 3 for the 5. Right, Bomber?
They need a pocket rocket.
Yeah, David Palmer's not in the league anymore. So
I like it. I don't
what
know.
else do you have for possible trade scenarios in the first round?
So obviously the Lions are all over this. I have Miami trying to get that 3 from them as well by giving up their 5 and their 39, which is value as well, but we'll see. I think they're going to try to stockpile. They could throw in their 26th or their 18th into that as well. You never know. Mm-hmm. The Chargers, they want to move up to get Tua. The best scenario for them, they can give up their 6th and their 37th to the Lions. That's a better than what Miami's offering with the 39th, but Miami can offer a lot better than what the Chargers can. Right now, for the Chargers to move up, it's just basically going to be – they don't have as much to offer as Miami. So the Chargers moving up at all in this draft, I don't really foresee it, but that's the only situation is if Miami's not willing to give up any of their other 2 first-round picks, the Chargers do have better offerings if it's second-round picks or, depending on what next year is. But no one knows what your first round's going to be next year. So – my number 4 trade scenario. The Jaguars trade their number 9.
Okay.
To New England.
London.
Yeah. To New England.
Yep.
For New England's 23 and also their 87th and 98th, both third-round picks. And then from there, trade scenario number 5 rolls into this. New England then turns around and takes that number 9 and trades it to the Lions for the number 125th, a 4th rounder.
Interesting.
I think in that scenario, but
that's assuming that New England wants Tua.
I think that the Tooney to Cleveland, because Cleveland need an offensive lineman, makes more sense.
And that's that's what I had next on my next scenario.
I don't know why.
I don't think the Jaguar one makes sense, but the Browns one, I have the same scenario, except for giving up those third rounders. They use that lineman.
I just don't see Belichick negotiating with Jacksonville. I don't know why. I just don't maybe just
it's like a dude playing chess playing against a dude playing checkers.
I know. Well, it's like Saban saying that he doesn't reply to emails or texts. If he gets a text, he just calls people back, and he has his wife. Belichick's there's certain people that he deals with, and there's certain people he doesn't.
Well, I also have so that was 6th and 7th options. I also have the Browns trading their number 10 to the Raiders for the 12 and a third rounder.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
What numbers get you how many trades? You're saying trade number.
Well, it just depends on what the value. This is
obviously the lower the number, the higher the value.
You're jumping up 2 spots. You're only dropping back 2 spots, and we're also throwing in the third round pick, which is the 81st overall pick.
Right. I just want to see the currency exchange for a number 2. Why do you get 3 trades for that?
Well, it's up to each team's GM basically in front office.
Yeah, it's up to that. Like what you're just saying in this here too, Lee. Look at that. Look at how many draft picks the Miami Dolphins have.
Yeah.
All right. That's a lot of draft picks, right?
Really...
But look at your Kansas City Chiefs.
Exactly.
Look how many draft picks the Chiefs have.
Okay.
So for the Chiefs right now, if they were to give up their 32 and acquire 2 or 3 more picks to strengthen their depth chart, because right now, what do the Chiefs need? They're Super Bowl champions. They don't need a whole lot.
The lower your number, the more
so
it's
you want to build up.
The more you can trade for.
Because that brings up, as we're talking about the Chiefs, right? That brings up, and this is one I used in our draft online.
I don't know if I like it.
Dallas really wants to get the center, but I think they still want to address their needs at quarterback.
It reminds me of slavery in a sense.
Oh, jeez.
No, don't start that.
She's got to leave.
No, not that. I'm talking about, not that
Get
kind of slavery. I'm talking about trade this for 4 of these or 2 for the. You know what I mean?
It's a number. It's not a person.
No, I get it, but the way it's like one person's worth, or this pick is worth 3 people, and this pick is worth 1. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, Leah.
You're sorry.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I don't see it at all.
Okay, settle down,
It's
red
ridiculous.
pill.
No,
You
it's
settle
like
down, blue pill.
I'm not even blue pill.
That English soccer player just Rooney started talking about the MLS. He said the same thing, that the trade scenario in major sports
He said
is like
it reminds him of that.
It's about
Yeah,
this. It's
no.
not about acquiring people. It's
sign a
about acquiring
contract.
picks.
Yeah.
No, and I
Picks
understand
turn into
that.
people, but you want as many picks as possible
I'm
so
just
that you
saying-
can bolster your depth.
Yes, I get that. I'm just saying, like, if
But
I
it's
was
not
one of the people
slavery
that was
because
like,
they're getting paid and they don't get beat to death.
slavery's not the right word. I
Okay,
guess.
thank
I'm
you.
saying, like, I would feel bad if I was one of like 5 people they traded for one other guy. I'd be like, well, I'm not.
Well, at the end of the day, you're not even a name at this point.
Yeah, you're a number.
Yeah, it's not like they're
you're not
trading.
even. They don't even know who you are at this point.
So going
Like in
back,
baseball.
T-Roy, like when we talked
Right.
about this before, you look at the New Orleans Saints when they did they traded their entire draft for Ricky Williams, or when
See, I don't even know who any of the guys that got traded for Ricky Williams was. I just
or
know that
Herschel
they traded.
Walker went to the Vikings. Cowboys got a lot of picks. All right, there was rarely is there going
Russell
to be
Maryland is one of those guys. I know that.
rarely Bomber is there going to be like 5 dudes are leaving the team for 1 pick.
So they're not names.
No,
it's
they're
just
numbers.
a
They're
number.
not names.
It's a number.
Right. They're right
This
now.
is
They're
right.
yeah.
It's
so
an
if it was
investment.
names, wouldn't you see my point a little bit?
Not necessarily because the Bears traded for names for a name.
It's an investment.
So,
It's an investment.
So, for example, the
Right, but you invest in properties, and I understand that's what they do. That's
in
what
talent.
that's their job. Right, I get it.
So let's just say right now, like there's
If
another
we have some
there's
callers.
another radio show in town. All right, there's another radio show in town, and they understand that Jay is the be all end all of the show.
Right.
And they said, okay, well Jay's pretty valuable.
Not if they're watching today's show.
Okay. I'm just saying they come in and they say, listen, we're going to give this much for Foster. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
does that offend me or Serge?
Now
no,
they could
because
do
we
it with
know
people
that
or
Jay's
money.
The talent. Yeah, they can do it with
Okay.
people or money. They go, hey, we're going to give you.
I guess I'm just that
Let's just
mom
say
with
down the
kids in
hall.
Little
We're
League,
going
and
to
I
give you
feel bad.
Klinger. We're going to give you Klinger for Jay Foster.
straight up trade.
Straight up trade. One, that's a win for them because Jay's way better than Klinger.
Oh, stop it.
Just
Love Klinger.
I know. I'm jabbing at Klinger, but I'm just saying. But that's what I'm saying.
So
No,
I
I get it.
Do you want to
And
hear
I
the
know
Khalil Mack trade?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a Bear fan, right, Leah?
No.
no,
She's
she's a
Kansas City
Chiefs
Chiefs fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the Chicago Bears 2 years ago got Khalil Mack from the Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
So he's a monster linebacker.
crazy talented.
Okay. So
Crazy talented.
everyone's like, this is why it was a blockbuster trade, because nobody ever thought, no way the Oakland Raiders are going to give up this potential future Hall of Famer.
Correct.
Okay, no way they're going to give this up. And all of a sudden, the Bears found out kind of the same way you and I and Jay and T-Ray would have found out too, like via social media, like we got Khalil Mack. They're like, holy crap. What did they give up to get him? So the Bears, in order to get this monster player,
Right.
they had to give up a lot more.
Sure.
So they gave up
He's more valuable.
2 first-round draft picks last year.
Wow.
1 third-round draft pick last year, and 1 sixth-round draft pick last year. The Bears received Khalil Mack and a second-round draft pick this year and conditional fifth-round draft picks this year. So the Bears don't get to pick in this draft until the 43rd pick of the draft.
Woo, doggies.
So it's still going to work out for them. Some Bear fans out there are still upset that, man, we gave up too much for this guy because he didn't necessarily bring them a Super Bowl last
He
year.
didn't pull through, right.
Okay, but he still, he's not done.
Okay.
So he didn't pan out last year, for example. So now Bear fans might be a little frustrated with,
Right.
oh, did we give up too much? We don't have a draft pick.
The Bear fans are always going to be frustrated.
They're panicking, okay? So, right, and they are, and that's fine. So some of our friends out there listening right now, I know Dan Mason's a buddy of mine. He's a big Chicago Bear fan as well. So he's like, man, we gave up too much, but they did not, because they're still going to be okay. They're still going to bolster some other areas that they need to in this year's draft.
The thing is, it's not a panic. It's just like on Thursday night, night 1, round 1. Doesn't matter if it's during a COVID-19 or anything else. You want to hear your team. You want to get a glimpse at the future. And when they've traded it away,
right? All the Jets fans want to hear their team and then boo.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what. So it's just
it doesn't matter. They're gonna boo.
They are gonna boo.
The booing is
especially
tradition.
when they draft an offensive lineman like I think they're gonna do. right? It's gonna
so what are they going to do
which
this
is
year?
stupid, though.
They need
What are
to.
they going to do
They
this year?
need an offensive
Are they
line.
going to cut to add in like a Zoom chat with 10 different Jets fans all
No,
booing
it'll
at
just
home?
be that one dude with the fireman's hat. Ugh. Bunch of him as dumb friends.
We got more trade scenarios to look at and more talk about the
good.
first round. Yeah,
I'm kidding.
No. Thursday was always reckless speculation with Rosso.
Yeah.
But
Now we're doing it with Leah.
Now we're doing it with Bomber.
I'm just saying I didn't understand.
People
It
are-
sounded dirty.
People
Now
are recklessly
you've explained
speculating
it, I
what
get
your
it a little bit
BAC is
better.
right now. That's what they're recklessly
You
speculating.
gotta ask questions to learn, right?
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Jeez, they're so hard on me.
Leah,
Yes, babe.
I want you to focus on some new and fun ways to get fit for yourself and your family. Okay. And my friend Tim Hernandez at ID Life wants to help you be healthier, have more energy, get better sleep, and achieve more focus.
I would like that.
ID Life is a health and wellness company, Leah, that's revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition.
Awesome.
The name stands for Individually Designed Life and was founded on the principle that no two people are alike.
This is true.
Everyone has unique nutritional needs, and our guy Tim Hernandez in the Quad Cities is here to help you. Do you have health problems holding you back? Maybe the doctors and scientists there can help you with the nutrients that you need and the supplements that are going to benefit you most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for an unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee. Call Tim Hernandez, Leah. You ready for this number?
I'm
Write
ready.
it down.
Let me write it down.
563-508-7221. And he's going to show you that, those that and what's together
The
really kill a guy.
ID Life
Yeah, show you that what makes ID Life different
is you.
That was painful.
What? We're still alive.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM. Right now, you can support Big Brothers Big Sisters and say thank you to the local healthcare workers and first responders by ordering a tribute basket from the BBBS online plant sale. Just go to plantsale.org by April 27th. Shop the beautiful flowers, plus order a 10-inch hanging basket to go to our local community workers. What a great way to brighten their day and the life of a vulnerable child. Plantsale.org. Help grow potential in QC kids.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
Escúchame, it is the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Nolly's Kitchen is your home for the freshest, most authentic Mexican food. And they're open for carry-out and delivery. Enjoy their made-from-scratch menu prepared just for you and delivered curbside or to your home or business. Carry out their homemade guisados, guaraches, and gorditas, or have their amazing tacos and burritos delivered today. Download their new Nolly's app, pay online, and then enjoy the easiest way to get the most authentic Mexican food in the Quad Cities. Nolly's Kitchen, old-fashioned Mexican cooking, Rockingham and Division, Davenport.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction coming soon to Coal Valley. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, SUV, or motorcycle, and if you live within 40 miles of Coal Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or visit them online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old, needed sold, Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. Stay tuned for an auction date in Coal Valley.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
I always feel like somebody's watching me when we're on live on Facebook, but this is Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170, the K Barbarino. Me and Jay Bird still in the house. Serge and Leah stepping out, checking some things out, getting the lowdown on some NFL stuff for us.
Yeah, they're answering text, looking at emails, sending facts, all kinds of things to anything that's coming up that is draft related. So we can give you the breaking news.
Well, hey, going into my speculations, did we get through all of them? I had 9 down.
No, we did not.
Did I get through my 8th one? I had the Browns trading the 10 to... Yeah, that's when she interrupted. Yeah. Well, I mean, interrupted. That's a question, sorry. But the 10, I have the Browns possibly trading the 10 to the Raiders for the 12 and the number 81. I think the Raiders really want CeeDee Lamb here, Jay.
Okay.
I've been kind of saying that, reading a lot about that. And then the other one is my speculation. Dallas and Kansas City do a lot of wheeling and dealing. I think Dallas wants that 32nd pick, and Kansas City doesn't have a lot. I think Dallas gives up 2 or not possibly 3 draft picks for that spot.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, my friend. We may not directly work for ESPN.
We don't.
But we are an ESPN show.
Affiliate, yes we are.
And what I'm reading right, that Todd McShay has the COVID-19, and he won't take part in draft coverage. Stop coughing. Stop. No, you stop coughing though. You can't do that on the air.
I didn't mean to.
There's no way you're going to get this job.
Well, it's not because I have the COVID. I just have.
There's no way you're going to get the fill in if we're doing that. But they're looking for somebody, ESPN out there. I think, Todd McShay is definitely not going to take part of the draft tonight because he's got the COVID-19.
But he's got a lot more insight than me. I recklessly speculate.
Nah, I like it. But I like that. I mean, it's not like Mel Kiper just started off like he was he didn't come out of the womb an expert. He had to make some things. He had to crawl before you walk, right?
That's true.
You got to take your lumps. You got to have somebody. You got to have like a Danny Cannell sit there tell you that you're wrong, and you have to take it.
I'm only going on that show if I bring bombs with me, though.
But she would be great.
She always tells me I'm wrong.
No, I don't.
No.
Listen. I don't. I agree with a lot of you.
A lot of me.
Yeah, like a lot of what you
the
say
top
and
half
do.
or the bottom?
Every bit of them.
Yeah, yo.
From head to toe, I agree with you a lot. But when I don't agree with you, I'm not just going to kiss your butt.
No, you just go, get out.
He didn't tell you to get out.
He did tell you to get out.
You don't do the slavery thing and not get out.
Well, you guys understand where I was coming from, though. I didn't understand.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't understand.
You know, that got Bobby Ray Bunch in a lot of trouble one day, too.
Because he said that?
Well, he just got me fired up.
He
got you fired up?
Bobby.
I'm good at that.
All right, so
it's all right.
Lumi out there in the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread said that Roger Goodell is doing a record your booze and then post and tag at Bud Light and hashtag Boo the Commish.
Yeah, that's a...
Is that real? That's gotta be a joke.
They're gonna say
that's a Bud Light seltzer thing that started.
For each hashtag Boo the Commish through April 25th, we'll donate $1 to NFL Draftathon up to $500,000.
That's not the same. What we said was it would be great if the commissioner, like, I don't care if he has his kids, like 20-year-olds, 12-year-olds, I don't know what the age are. And when he came out, like, instead of him just being in front of a Zoom, like he's down in his office and he's got books and there's nothing there. And then he comes walking out and then as he comes walking out, his kids just follow him, just booing him. That is the thing that I like to see the commissioner, where you're like, he owned it. That's awesome. He made this worth every time for tuning in right now, and I'm in for the next 2 hours. Which, by the way, I'm in for the next 2 hours anyway.
Yeah.
Except for now, there's no Todd McShay, which I wish they would place it with you, T-Ray.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I mean, is he as much hated as he was 2 years ago, a year ago?
The commish, yes.
I like calling him the commish.
I'm not.
It's the commissioner. I like it.
I don't know.
He has done nothing to change.
Listen, I know him and Jerry had a big fight over the thing, but I've still never been like a big hater of him. I don't know. He's handled some things wrongly.
He's done nothing to change domestic abuse. He's done nothing to change CTE.
Okay, well, Jay, you got me.
Yeah, I'm done. I
love when Jay gets fired.
I mean, he has done nothing to.
No,
those
you're
two
right.
things.
You're absolutely right.
For the football players that break the law and stuff like that.
Well,
That's what you're saying?
well, not just that, but football players that break the law when it comes to domestic violence, but also for the fact that the NFL has really done nothing to seriously address the CTE thing. They're still trying to kind of slide this thing under the rug
because they're
coming up. Yeah.
When you don't address it, it just shows that you don't care, and then you don't value.
Well, they're coming up with new helmet technology and this and that.
Players are expendable though too. It's a business.
Well, it's
a business. Am I wrong?
All right.
Everybody wins.
Friends.
Maybe.
We can argue.
Yes.
From 5 to 1.
Yeah.
Top GM jobs.
Yeah.
5. Bottom 5 is the commissioner. Sorry, commissioner, not GM. Commissioner of the league. Bottom 5 is the MLS. We'll allow them in. We'll allow them just. 4 is NHL. Now you
WNBA is way worse.
Now we need to argue what would be out of the 3 that you'd want to be the commissioner of.
Oh, NFL.
Why?
Yeah. Money.
Since it's the NFL. Mm-mm. It's the NFL.
Who would you want to be the commish?
NBA.
Really?
Yeah. No, first off, MLB, no way. I wouldn't touch it.
Really?
Too many old people, too many old writers. They don't want you to change a rule. They don't want you to change a format.
I would rather come in.
Right.
Here's the deal. I don't care. My second pick would be MLB just because of that, because I would fight and get rid of all that garbage, and I would change it, and I would just come in and do it. Like some of the old MLB commissioners back in the past, the guys that were just stern and did what they wanted to do, they came in and they were the ones that told them, no, we're going to do this. That's how we're going to do it.
That's true, but you're looking at 1918.
But I'm just saying, if you could be the MLB commissioner now and have the cojones, if I could say balls or whatever, I don't know. I'm gonna
berries,
say it.
berries.
But if you can come in here and just do it and have the stones to say, this is what we're going to do. If you want this sport to continue to grow in the next century, rich old dudes that don't know much about what you think you know about,
right?
I'm going to take care of this and do it. Hi, Baseball Writers of America. Nobody cares about you either. Some of you are about ready to die soon. That's going to be good. Thanks. Bye. We're going to move on. And then I'd go in and I'd make so Pete Rose could get in the Hall of Fame too.
I can't believe he's still
I would
not in the Hall
change
of
so
Fame.
many things. I would change things crazy. By the way, DH, both leagues.
Everything you're saying, though, is 100 years ago when they could do that stuff.
But you still can.
I mean, the whole
my thing,
when we
Jay.
have the thing and we laugh about like the George Brett Pinesar. I don't care about it, but the whole thing came. It was about saving money, and it was that's why I could only be so far up a bat. The MLB, you have way too much pushback by old writers, old white dudes, old owners. Now, NFL, way too much fan input, way too much owners. NBA, forward thinking across the board.
That's
the owners,
but I'm saying
all
if
they
you
are
can be
is old white rich dudes that don't care. They just want to own an NBA team.
Every owner
They don't
in every
tell the
league is
commission
an
what to
old
do.
white rich dude.
But they don't tell the commission what to do in the
Except
NBA.
for like I think the owner of the Jaguars. He's
Isn't
not
it-
old and white.
Wouldn't it be great that you're just like, hey, I'm going to do this social media wise, and they're like, sounds good. They don't. Silver doesn't have to answer to anyone. He changed the All-Star format in a blink of a hat.
You know why?
Because Kobe passed away.
Yeah, but
he didn't have to answer to anyone.
But the fans don't really care that much about the NBA All-Star Game. That's the other reason.
But
Think
even the
about
format.
it, Jay, but they don't care.
Do you see
That's
a single
true.
pushback?
Listen,
If I tell
all right.
you right now,
Listen.
an NBA, all right.
Well, let me throw it out at you
my
to go with
gosh,
your
guys.
argument here. All right, you're saying
Yeah.
that there's no pushback. The NFL has moved around the Pro Bowl and done whatever they want to do with that. Does anybody care about the Pro Bowl?
Nope.
No.
No.
There is no All-Star Game for the NFL because they don't care. It's stupid. Most fans don't care. The only reason baseball people care about that All-Star Game is it's the middle of summer. There's really nothing else going on.
Okay, that's fair.
All right,
That-
and
that's fair.
people love the home run competition.
Yes.
Now, when he started messing with the All-Star game to make it count for no given reason, listen, people liked it when it didn't matter for nothing. They'd just rather see it play.
That was not. He had to do it because
they were
fans
going
got
into
upset. But management was more being like the managers, the in-game managers were like, okay, I don't want to mess with your guys' schedule of like your rotation, so I'm only going to throw this many people. And they ran out of it. Went to extra innings.
But the thing is, when he changed
By the way, I almost got kicked out of a Carlos O'Kelly's in Cedar Falls over that tie when that happened, which turned into Now It Matters.
But here's the deal. My problem with the tie is he should have called this thing. It's easy to do this. It's easy to say this. It's a 9-inning game.
Yeah, Seelig he leaned over.
At the end of the final out in the ninth inning, that's the score.
Yeah,
it's an exhibition game. Bye, guys.
I've been to an All-Star game, and I would not be upset if someone goes, "This is how the All-Star games go. It's 9 innings. That's it.
That's all you had to do."
I would never be upset. Now going back to like the Pete Rose where he ran over the dude when it mattered, AL, NL mattered. I think maybe if you put me in the 70s, I'm like, you know what? I do care, but I don't.
Contracts weren't as big.
Yeah, I know.
We understand it. I get it all.
You were
but at the time where I'm saying
you were loyal
this
to a league and to a team.
Right.
You didn't have this was pre-Kurt Flood, free agency.
Right. So we're at the point now. It's a 9-inning game, everyone. Hey.
But that's the All-Star game.
Right.
You still think being the commissioner of the NFL is a better gig than the NBA?
Yes, and baseball is better than the NBA too.
Say that again.
I believe both football and baseball are better than the basketball job.
It depends on. This is more of just a personal preference, I think.
Yeah.
Because when you guys mentioned something earlier, checkers versus like somebody playing checkers versus somebody playing chess, I think baseball is more of your chess. Excuse me, and then your NFL and NBA are more playing checkers.
A little bit, and I feel
meaning your decisions, your trades, your picks, the way you manage your team is going to affect you a lot sooner than baseball. Baseball is a little more long term, lot more like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle, making sure everything's all in the right places. Jay, thoughts?
But I'm talking about a commissioner. Like now, if you're doing 162 game as a manager, I don't know if that is more of a chess because
as a commissioner,
we just went through an anniversary. It was like 2 days ago of the day when Billy Martin picked his lineup out of a hat and he won 8-6 over the Kansas City Royals. So I don't know, like long term. I'm just saying, being a commissioner, I think I'd rather be NBA because I think you win no matter what. Like they're all the owners. It's a feather in their cap. It's a thing. It's a part of their economic. Like I own an NBA team, but they never like say like, hey, Mark Cuban might be one. But how many other owners do you know? Dolan, the Knicks. How many other owners do you know? Reinsdorf. Okay. How many other owners' names do you know?
The two brothers own the Sacramento Kings.
That's actually fair though, because I don't know many owners of the NFL though.
I'm with you. I go NBA first, and then NFL. NFL's a close second for me.
I'd go NBA because they're forward thinking. 100%. They got
David
the back.
Stern made the NBA what it is.
How many NBA teams
all
are
Adam
there?
Silver is riding his coattails.
How many NBA teams are there?
30.
How many NFL teams are there?
32.
32.
Okay, well there goes that theory. Never mind.
Now, David Stern, what you're saying, he did pretty much, he came in and he made it popular. He made it what it is.
We helped save it with the help of Magic Larry and Michael.
Well, they made the right deals and
Right.
television. I mean, if you're talking about the 81 NBA Finals, that was on tape delay. Like
Right.
people didn't get to see that. Now, and we can talk about everything that's going on with Last Dance and beyond. Like they signed a deal with NBC.
Right.
I think 91 was the first year of doing the deal with NBC.
Let's just I'm going to recklessly speculate, giving you a scenario here. All right. So right now we're talking about we don't know when the NBA finals are going to be played. We don't know what's going to happen to the rest of the NBA season. We blah 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 blah. We all kind of know where we're sitting right now, correct? Let's
What?
just
say that again.
All right. Right now,
Yeah.
the NBA season was suspended.
Yes.
We do not know when the finals are going to be played. We don't know when the playoffs are going to be played. We don't even know if they're going to be played.
Fine.
All right.
Correct.
Let's just say this all happened 6 months sooner. And all of a sudden the NFL season's suspended. We don't know when the playoffs are going to be played. We don't know when the Super Bowl is going to be played. Who loses their head more? What happens? We know what's happened now.
I'm really intrigued by this.
If this was the NFL, in the middle of the NFL season, People are losing it, Jay. Losing it. That's why you want to be the commissioner of the NFL first.
But
I think he's saying the exact opposite.
No. Well,
aren't you?
Well, if you want to care and if you want it to matter, that's what I'm saying. The NFL matters. The commissioner of the NBA does not matter
at all.
Right, I know.
Because if this happened 6 months ago, every single major media, CBS Sports, ESPN, SI.com, everyone would be doing a virtual playoffs from where they were at right now, and they would have it broken down. And I know they've done the same thing in the NBA, but not even close.
In virtual NCAA March Madness tournaments.
But we would be doing the same thing. We would...
it would be a lot bigger deal. People are going to... Money. I'm just thinking about this. We're not just talking NFL. College season got suspended too, by the way.
Okay, but the thing is like, you do that, and I know we're recklessly speculating, which I love. You do that... Let's say we're doing it 6 months ago. What would you do with the playoffs if it? Because I look at the NBA, and is it going to be right now? Or are we going to change things and we're just going to seed it out from best record to worst record, not East-West? What would you do? Would you do anything different with the NFL?
I don't know. I'm
Think
still
about
speculating. It's because we know what it's like to miss a World Series.
Because if it stops, the Dolphins don't beat the Patriots. The Patriots are still in the Patriots don't have to play first round against the Titans. Chiefs don't have a first round bye. Ooh. Think about that. Well, think right now.
Yeah, there's that. But
that changes the whole thing.
Go with me here. We know how big of a deal it was when we lost a World Series.
Yes.
I think losing an NBA final is not going to be as big as losing a World Series.
I'd say they're similar, though.
Not as big a deal.
No.
Sorry.
That was so many years ago to lose a World Series.
It's fine. That was so many years
the
ago.
NBA
but
wasn't. You're in the middle of the Last Dance. You're in the middle of the Bulls' legacy right there in the middle of it. The NBA, even though NBC just got the rights in '91, you're in the middle of that 6 and 8 years. Losing that World Series, I think losing the NBA Finals is more worldwide now because of what you get. Losing the NBA Finals is more than losing the World Series worldwide. And I stand strong.
I think you're underestimating baseball's pull in Latin America and Japan. I don't know. I know I get it. NBA is worldwide. I'm not denying you that. Mm-hmm. They're probably the most worldwide. But is it that popular? Is it that popular? Soccer's still worldwide the number one sport.
Right.
I think we're wrong.
What do you mean?
I think it is baseball.
To be what? The commission of baseball?
No, like what's
more
the biggest
popular worldwide?
Worldwide, I believe it's baseball.
What?
Out of those two?
Mm-hmm. Over soccer.
Over soccer?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yes.
There's no way over soccer.
I don't think over soccer. More
I
popular.
thought soccer was the number one sport.
You guys want to gamble on it?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Do a shot.
What the heck?
Hacking into the microphone.
Everybody thinks we have corona.
Oh my gosh! Cleared your throat.
Yes.
Rona. Sneeze, Rona.
God, and we made out right before the show. That's great.
We weren't supposed to tell her.
Crack your neck, Rona.
I don't have corona. I just have
I know,
tickle in my throat from this.
On the Harrington's Pub
Facebook
comment thread, Mikey says I would say my shirt disagrees with my stance. I don't understand that.
Because you have a baseball shirt on.
Yes, I know what I'm having. I know I like baseball. I mean, I'm wearing a Twins hat. I think the NBA commish job is a better gig to have. I mean, what other sport do you have where you can just sit out your top players and it's like, load management?
That's why I think it's crappy.
We applaud someone like Cal Ripken in baseball, and we think it's smart when it comes to basketball.
I don't think it's smart when it comes to basketball. I think it's crappy to treat the fans.
They've won the world. They've won championships because of that. When you look at the
Raptors,
I
think it's crappy way
I guess Kawhi was right.
It's a crappy way to treat your fan base.
I think that's
why I've turned away from the NBA, you guys. I don't like the NBA anymore. I used to love the NBA. I grew up loving the NBA. When Stocky makes fun of me for my 5 greatest NBA franchises or whatever. Yeah, it's from 1988. You're damn right it is, because that's when it was great. It's gone to crap.
I agree with that.
I just don't like what it's become. I don't like the attitude of the player, quote unquote, the player these days. I don't like the fact that they don't want to play as much. They don't want to be there. It's all me, 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 me.
It's not for love of the game anymore.
There's no team. Or there's no, I'm going to play to win. Like in the Jordan thing, when Jordan said he played every game like it was his last,
and
he didn't miss a game because he didn't know if it was to be one person's first time ever getting to see him. You don't want to be like, this guy sat out or he only got 12 points.
Then that leads me to a good question. Then when you said about me, and if the NBA, if I'm the commish, but we'll do that when we come back from break. Leads me to a good question about that.
Leah, you're gonna have to read because I'll cough.
Yeah, will you go get that checked out?
Well,
don't say that on there. We're still hot mic.
Hot mic. Come on, man.
Hey, Quad Cities, stop going to your favorite social media sites asking for suggestions of where to get your oil changed, who does the best tattoo work, or the best place for lunch in the Quad Cities. Pick up your Locals Love Us guide. QCA is easy to navigate. It has a table of contents to help you find whatever you were looking for, or go to the website at localsloveus.com. Click on Quad Cities and then browse favorites. It's so easy to use, and they even rank the most popular places for you. Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard on ESPN Radio.
There's a great prank that Zach Lowe reported about Michael Carter Williams. The Sixers arrived at the allegedly haunted Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee. Carter Williams arranged with hotel staff to enter the room of each rookie before they could. He removed a vent. He inserted a walkie-talkie, and he sealed the vent shut. Carter Williams, in his room on the other end of the walkie-talkie, whispered menacing threats and nursery rhymes. And he watched the rookies react through baby monitors that he had concealed around the room. Put it on the poll, Guillermo, at Le Batard Show, please. Scarier to hear in your haunted hotel. Menacing threats whispered or nursery rhymes?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
When the soil around your foundation shifts, it can cause serious problems for your home, including bowing, leaning, or cracked basement wall. For basement wall repair, trust Helitech. Helitech is the area's only contractor that uses AB Chance, an American-made wall anchoring system to provide a permanent solution for bowing or cracked foundation walls. Helitech is your hometown foundation repair contractor. Helitech has been proudly serving the Quad Cities for over 30 years. They healed my home. They'll heal yours too. Helitech.
Heal your home with Helitech.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
In the history of this company, there's never been a more public liar than you. What are you doing to end phone conversations? Like, how are you ending them? You can't. It's not. I gotta go. No, you don't. Right. So you're ending these calls how?
There's always a way, Dan. Where there's a will, there is a way. So I will either tell them that, hey, I got to walk the dog. Hey, my mom is calling on the other line. Hey, my dad needs groceries. I got to go pick him up, and I got to take him up to his house.
You
How
have
you do what you got to do.
So you have an assortment of lies.
I could send you like 2025, and we'll get you through a couple of days, and then when you need to refresh, I'll send you another 2025 if you need them, okay?
You can write a book during this pandemic, a helpful how to get off the phone for idiots.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hi, I'm Mark Brenny from Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic with a few words about our current situation. Here at Brenny's, we are committed to being safe and responsible for the next foreseeable future. I intend on keeping my bike shop open to service our loyal customers. Keep in mind, motorcycle riding is social isolation. So, we have implemented curbside service for all parts, service, and sales. We will limit access to our buildings to those who need the help. Our employees are inside working on bike repairs, arranging financing for new and used units. We will pick up and or deliver units as necessary. Your best bet is to call on the phone or email our sales department with your requests or concerns. All our inventory is in our website, brennys.com. There's no joke or punchline in this commercial because I don't want to make anybody sick. However, when this thing gets back to normal, and they will, prepare yourself for some truly cutting-edge, tasteless humor from me. Sincerely, Mark Brenny, Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic, across from Alcoa, almost.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
We're good, streaky! Yeah! Woo!
Welcome back to ESPN 1170. Don't Hassle us, we're local. Brought to you by Dunright TV and Security. Still in the middle of this debate, even off the air, about what commissioner would you rather be out of the top three. I still stand behind the NBA.
I'm trying to get him off of it, folks. I'm trying to change his mind, but he won't do it.
He is not budging.
I understand your point where it's more of a player-driven league, but what if you do that? What if you have that one team, and they kind of had it in 2005? I think it's 2005 or 2006. The Detroit Pistons when they beat the Lakers in the finals, and you had Rip Hamilton and whatever else, but it was more of a team. And what if you have that team that's kind of like the 2000-2001 Patriots who beat the Rams when they decided to? They changed the system when you came out to the Super Bowl. Instead of individuals came out, they came out as a team. And now your New England Patriots, they said, we're coming out as a team. But you don't say like quarterback, running back, this and that. Now, what if you have a team like that in the NBA where there's like, we don't have that starting lineup. We don't shake hands. We are just a team. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just, when you say like it's an individual sport, I just still think the NBA is one of those things that they're so far ahead in what they're doing on the social media side.
Well, I just don't see there's pointing to the social media side, right? And
that's where things are going.
Is it where things are going, or is there going to be a backlash, Jay? Because here's the deal. I'm telling you right now.
Yes, T-Ray, that's where things are going.
Okay, well, I think it's going to stop eventually. I think the social media thing is coming to an end. I think it's coming to a head where people are a little bit tired of it because everybody's tired of Becky and Karen online.
What do you mean it's going to end?
Well, all right, end in the way where they're so dependent on what they're doing social media-wise. Eventually, somebody's going to get tired of the act, Jay. All right, tired of the act, and they know.
Already are.
Yes, where the players or whatever it is are out there doing this or doing that. Either they're trying to suck up to somebody or they're just being completely disrespectful. There's no in between. Okay, no, follow me here.
No, I am following you 100%. And this is where, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. This is where people that don't really like the show because they'd rather have us argue. Where I see your point. And I really see it because actually the social media, too many NBA players are involved in social media and they let us into our lives. So there's really no like the breaking news effect. So I'm following you and I apologize to interrupt you. So go on.
All right. And it brought me to my other point. Okay. So there is so much free agency in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So much. Mm-hmm. Whereas you last year, if at this point, huge people in Toronto loving the Raptors. All about what was going on. The very next season, gone. How do you
in a standing ovation when he comes back?
How do you put your love into a team, you guys? When there's this much going on,
I'm with you.
You're listen. Think about this. Listen, I don't love the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He's right,
but think about what's happened to fans of that franchise. They get LeBron, they get that pick, and they get their hometown kid. And he's fighting. He's doing everything he can. He's got an owner that really doesn't help him out, by the way. I get why LeBron left. Mm-hmm. Okay, but LeBron leaves. Goes down to Miami. Does this thing there. Then he comes back. Finally gets them their title. Oh, then, by the way, hey, bye. There's no team loyalty by the players anymore. There's no like, hey, they'll give you the obligatory, hey, guys, it was great playing for you. I love being there. It was a great city. I'll never forget my memories. Yeah, you will. You know what would help you forget the memories?
The paycheck.
Thank you, Leah. and that's what I'm at. You don't have it. Kobe, I think, was the last of these guys that was loyal to something at least. Kobe was a Laker for life.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay, let's think about it. Because Tom just, he's going to sign the one-day contract to retire Patriot one day. Let's think about it.
I get the whole Brady thing, but football doesn't necessarily have a lot of it.
No, Larry Fitzgerald. He is Cardinal
Right.
for life.
Right.
Okay, we've got that. All right.
Brett Favre.
No,
Kicker for life.
no,
Favre bounced
Bomber.
around a little bit.
No,
but,
Bomber.
But he bounced around towards the end of his career when he was.
It's not the same. And we're talking about when
We're
you
talking
have
about guys
one
in their
person,
prime
like Bird,
moving around.
Jordan.
Is Tom Brady doing the exact same thing that Brett Favre did?
A little bit.
But do you think Tom Brady might still have a little bit more left in the tank than Favre did at that time?
I think it's pretty equal.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
I think it's very similar.
I think Brady is a better quarterback than Favre overall.
Okay.
Maybe not physically, as in I think
You
Favre,
wanna know what?
Favre had a 10 times better arm.
Yes.
But Brady, I think, is a little bit more intelligent.
Okay.
He's too pretty. He doesn't want to get hurt.
And a little bit more
He does-
accurate.
Gotta be smart.
But Favre was tougher.
He doesn't send
Definitely
pictures
tougher.
of his.
Favre was tough. Well, yeah, because he has
does what now?
Giselle.
Doesn't send nudes.
No,
You don't know that. You don't
Favre.
know that because you
Favre?
saw the same thing on. No, I'm talking about Brady because he just walks into people's houses and
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, whose house did he walk into?
a neighbor of
We don't know.
offensive coordinator
TMZ
Byron Leftwich.
T-Roy.
Like
So
on
he went to
accident?
take
Was
a
he
gift.
drunk?
Whose house was he supposed to go to? His coach.
Offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich.
Okay. And he was supposed to go in with the gift, and he walked into the wrong house.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Brady did that.
We're at down in Tampa.
Yeah.
You're not Tom Brady.
I know, but I literally walked into somebody's house.
Okay,
They broke into
not in the
somebody's
middle of the
house.
COVID.
No, Jay, let her go on this
Yeah,
one because Bomber,
I've
you
done
walked.
that.
So tell me what happened.
I'm like, hello. It's my brother's. He's living with his in-laws at the time because they were having a baby and they just got married and starting off. So I walk in. It's in Vegas, or no, this is when they're in Ankeny and they live in this mansion. He's a doctor, pediatrician. I walk in. I'm like, hello. He's like the house 2 doors down. There's nobody there. The door's wide open.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh shit, this doesn't look familiar. There's pictures of kids that I don't recognize all over the tables.
Okay.
So I walk out. I'm like, okay. So I walk through and I recognize, oh, this is the wrong house. And I get there, my family's making fun of me. They're like, the kids are hiding under their bed, shaking, like, oh my god, somebody broke into the
Right.
house.
So now put that into perspective
danger.
of if somebody were to be home.
I would have got shot.
No, you don't know.
You never
It's just
know.
what are you doing in here? I don't know. Who are you? I don't know who's.
Can I borrow some sugar?
Right. Who's this strange lady? Okay.
Tom Brady walks into my house. I'm gonna let him stay,
That's
though.
what they said. Imagine if you're just sitting in your living room and Tom Brady walks in with a gift. Like, am I being punked? Am I on TV? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple similar ones
I'm
here.
kind of like, hey, what's up,
Hold
dude?
on, before you say that,
Yeah.
he walked in. He walked
You have
into
the
the
full
house.
story?
Yeah, this is David. He walked in the house of owner David Kramer. This was actually
Who's
April
David
7th.
Kramer?
The owner of the house that he walked into. It's the next door neighbor of Byron Leftwich. And David Kramer says, I was literally just sitting here and watching this tall guy walk into my home. He didn't even look at me. He just dropped his duffel bag on the floor and kind of looked up at me, and I'll never forget the look on his face. He just goes, am I in the wrong house? Tom Brady just goes, you're not first off, David Kramer, you're not Byron Leftwich.
No.
So
What would
right
you
away-
say if you were David Kramer? And Tom Brady says, am I in the wrong house?
Well, it doesn't sound like
Yeah.
David Kramer
Nope, grab a
recognizes
seat.
Tom Brady either.
What are you
Everybody
drinking?
You just called him some tall guy. You some tall guy walked around.
He
Screw
did.
that.
He did say
He's doing that to
that.
insult
Kramer went
him,
on to say
though.
that Tom
Ego.
apologized right away. He said,
him
"I'm
back down
sorry.
there.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He grabbed his bag and just left. Whatever else, but yes, David Kramer and Byron Leftwich, just by again Thursday, recklessly speculating, do not look alike.
He doesn't.
How did he get the addresses mixed up?
Well, they were next door neighbors. It's.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
what, yeah.
They were next door.
Yeah, next door
okay.
neighbors.
Yes, they were next door. Yeah.
All right, so back to
By the way,
like,
Kramer's probably going to get some really cool stuff for that.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Already people were
Yeah.
talking about his name here, and
Hey,
Brady's
Brady,
making it
Brady,
famous.
I'll be tweeting you privately my address.
Bomber. I went to the wrong wedding reception before
Wedding crasher.
for an hour.
Nice.
Before-
That's why you
before I
stayed?
figured it out.
Oh, you figured it out, or did you figure it out earlier and you just wanted to stay?
No, I had no idea. So I was a safety date for the maid of honor in a wedding.
What's the safety date?
Safety dance, but it's a date version.
She just wanted to have we were friends, and she's like, hey, she's like, I know this. Do you want to come be my date for this wedding? I'm like, what wedding? She's like, well, it's my sister's. I'm like, what?
Ooh, it's not a safety date. That's a trophy date.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks, bud.
Look at you.
Yeah, he is a trophy.
So
He's a trophy.
it was
you don't put my surgery on the
so
shelf.
put this one like. How about somebody ask you this, Jim? Hey, do you want to come be a date to my sister's wedding? I'm the maid of honor in. You don't have to show up to anything the morning of, the night before, or the day of until just the reception. Just show up, and then you can leave whenever you want to and drink for free.
Eat and get drunk?
Yeah. Okay, I'm in.
I have a feeling
Okay.
she had ulterior motives there.
No.
No?
I mean,
No,
if I was her, I would have.
She was gone by the time I saw her.
Well, I'm inviting somebody not to show up for anything else and
Hang
just
on.
the reception.
Hang
I'm
on.
trying to get you
Bummer.
liquored up so I
So-
can take advantage of you.
Well, you are. Yeah. I would have too. Yeah.
No? You're not with
Sorry,
me?
we're
It's okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm
Serge is telling
listening-
this
I'm just
story, and we
listening-
started our own
I'm
conversation.
listening to Serge. I'm just
I
waiting.
tell way too many long-winded stories that have no point at the end.
I'm
I was
listening
taught,
to Serge.
I was
Let
taught at a
you-
young age that if my story just sucks, just to say, and then I found $5 at the end. So you say that to your friends if they tell one.
Make
so
it 20,
I
baby.
deserve it.
Inflation.
All right. So anyway, I walk into, it's up in Eldridge, and I made a left when I should have made a right.
Yeah, that'll get you
So
every time.
as soon as I made the left, half mile down the road, I see balloons, wedding reception at this bar and everything else. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is perfect. All I know is the girls, I've met her family. Like, I know who her family is. But
if they're out taking pictures at the time.
Yeah, the reception, the wedding
Yeah.
party is not there.
Right.
So I walk in, there's a wedding reception. What's the first thing I go to?
Booze.
The bar, baby.
Yeah.
I go right to the bar. I sit down. I'm like, hey, I order a cocktail. I pay. I go to pay, and they're like, oh, it's actually open bar. I'm like, hey, fantastic. Well, you know what? Here's $20 for a tip. I'm gonna be back, or I might not leave. So I tip the bartender. So we're instantly friends.
Yeah.
People next to me come up. I don't know them. Not a big deal. And then so they sit down.
Who are you with?
We get to
I'm
talking.
with the maid of honor?
Yeah, I'm with the maid of honor. Oh, okay, cool. What's your name? My name's Eric. Friends call me Serge. How you doing? Cool. We become friends. We do a shot together. Another crowd of people over on my right. Hey, man, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm with the maid of honor. Oh, cool. Hey, let's do a shot. We have a drink. I'm hanging out with like 15, 20 people at this bar. Having a great time. And I don't get any text messages like, where the heck are you?
Until the maid of honor comes up.
And then they go, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce your wedding party tonight. No. Okay. So they go through, all I'm waiting for is, they do it from reverse order, obviously.
Of course.
And they go from like all the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. And I'm just waiting for the maid of honor. And once they announce the maid of honor comes out,
That ain't.
it's not her. It was a predominantly black reception.
Oh, nice.
The girl that I was supposed to go with is white. So the maid of honor comes out, not her, black girl.
Don't
and
look
comes
alike.
looking out. I'm like, well, that's not who I was. Oh, and then I look at everybody else, and then they announce the couple, everything else, and the whole thing was just the complete wrong wedding.
Did you tell anybody?
And then you found $5.
No, because
No.
I didn't. I look at everybody and I'm like, all right, folks, well, I got to go. Oh, no, sir, what do you mean you're leaving? I go, yeah. And it was very flattering. I'm like, yeah, guys, I got to go. And they're like, oh, man. They go, but aren't you with the maid of honor? I'm like, no, I'm at the wrong wedding, guys. And they go, you're joking. I go, no, I'm dead serious. I go, I'm at the wrong wedding reception. I got to find this other one. They go, well, come back. I'm like, you got to clear that with the bride and the groom and everybody else
Here's
first. I go,
$5.
I
Come
would
back.
love to. So I get over to the correct reception, and it wasn't near as much fun as the wrong one that I was at.
Well, yeah, because it was all white people.
Then you found $5.
And then I found $5. No, but yeah, it was a fun one.
Oh, whoopsie daisies.
I like our idea. Like one of us is going to rape him at the end of the night.
I will take advantage is the word
that's
I
not
use.
an idea. That's not a fun thing to even.
Liquor him up.
I meant him.
Yeah, take advantage. If I'm inviting a man to a
molester
reception
him,
and no
yeah.
other part of the wedding, I have ulterior motives.
Yes, ma'am.
There.
You do.
Just saying.
Dirty
And be like,
bird.
where's something lacy for me?
You're telling the man to?
Absolutely.
I got some lace underwear.
Just to flex on him a little bit.
They belong to my wife. I only wear them when she
Bomber's
makes me.
flexing. While Bomber's flexing, we got to take a break. Jesus.
Hey, Diggity.
What's up?
Let me tell you about Bayside Bistro.
Ooh, tell me more.
It is in the village of East Davenport, and it's not just your ordinary sandwich shop.
It isn't. Why not?
Well, because you're not going to find deli meat on the menu.
Ooh.
No, only fresh ingredients and orders are made from scratch.
My favorite.
They have paninis like the Bayside Po' Boy and an awesome roasted beet and green bean salad.
Oh, so good.
Bayside has an incredible menu that specializes in
deliciousness.
That's right. Don't forget about their smoothies and fresh juices that they make and their incredible dinner entrees.
Yum.
Don't take Bombs and I's word for it. Check out their Facebook page and read over 1,500 recommendations from guests. Stop by Bayside Bistro today at 1105 Christie Street in the village of East Davenport.
Yeah.
Stars, you're listening to Don't Hassle Us for Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
More of us are working from home. Online searches and shopping online is up over 20%. Your business needs a great website, or you could lose relevance. This could set you back a year or more amongst your competition. Town Square Media has solutions, so you are found online. Website design, search engine optimization, social media management, and online display advertising will keep your business open 24/7. Make sure you have a great website. Call Jason with Town Square Media today, 563-210-4741.
Golick and Wingo.
In just my opinion, I don't think the post-football career for Gronk was all that he thought it was going to be. Now, what's going on in the world, I think, absolutely added to that without question. But I think there was a myriad of things that added up to this position. And probably, I'm sure the highest one would be Tom Brady actually going to a different team. I personally think it was a combination of things. One, his body got to heal a little bit, no doubt about that. You heard his kind of tear-filled talk pushing the CBD products out there and how much it beat him up, and he lost his love for the game. And then Tom gets traded. That can make the love come back a little bit because you don't have to go play under the regime of Bill Belichick and how tough that can be. You get a year off to rest your body a little bit, so you're naturally, physically, you're going to feel better.
Golick and Wingo, mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
A social distancing tip.
Keeping your distance from others is important in slowing the spread of coronavirus. So here are some fun things to do alone. Read a book, take a walk, unpack your suitcase from that trip you took last September, paint a self-portrait, catch up on a TV series, do a puzzle. Remember, we should all stay home to lower the risk for everyone. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Golick and Wingo.
Obviously, we all want sports to be back as soon as it can be and the fans packed. But the other part is, will the fans be willing to be packed, right? I mean, that's part of this process. And we saw that survey where 70+% of them were saying, hey, until there's a vaccine, I don't think I'm going to be rubbing elbows with people that I don't know.
Well, and I think that's the other part of this is until there's a vaccine. And we've heard the timeline of that for that originally was 12 to 18 months. And we've heard some signs that we might be further along in that process and getting towards something like that. Like, that's when you're talking about anything even closely resembling the old normal, right? Like, correct. You're not packing stadiums or anything even close to that until you've got a vaccine, because the flu doesn't go away. Like, that's the one comparison I'm sort of okay with making with the flu at this point, considering what a cluster that was for a while. Like, it doesn't go away, but you just have the means to control things a little better.
Golick and Wingo, mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Now is the time to get in on the action with Elite Sportsbook. Receive a 50% match on your first online deposit up to $200 for all brand new accounts now through May 31st. Sign up at Rhythm City Casino Resort or Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to qualify for the new account deposit match. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for complete details and restrictions. Then start betting on your phone anywhere in Iowa. Get in on the action with Elite Sportsbook. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
Woo! You like that? You like that?
I love it when we send Leah out on expeditions during the break. It's a great time to be alive. Welcome back to the show. This is Don't Hassle Us for Local, AM 1170.
Can somebody send us an Uber XL?
Thanks to Done Right Satellite and Dish for sponsoring this mayhem.
Here's where this goes.
All right. I'm in.
I can tell you, going into today, we were going to shut this off around 1:29 in the afternoon, and I was going to play a portion of a podcast. And I'm not going to tell people out there what podcast it was, but I was going to be like, you know what? This is important that they listen to this. But instead, we still are continuing the conversation. So we've talked about, in the past 3 days, top 5 GM jobs, bottom 5 GM jobs of NFL, NBA, MLB. We talked about the best athletic director jobs in the Power 5, what to have.
Yeah.
So, you have to, right now, take out your favorite team. You can't sit and say, like, I just want to be this because, whatever else. Give me your dream job from there, like what you would want to do. I don't care if it's commish. I don't care if it's GM of a team. I don't care if it's a head coach of this. Can't be a player search, though.
Does it have to be the sport at all?
It doesn't have any sport that you want. You have carte blanche.
But you're GM,
you're not gonna
coach.
You're not gonna say I'm the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings.
That was my question. Was does that have to be a coach or a commissioner or something else?
Yeah, I'm the ace of the Dodgers.
So you can be the commissioner of a league, a coach.
You can be a coach, commissioner. You can be a GM. What would be if you look at it? And you know what?
Baby mama.
You can throw in your favorite team, and that's fine because you can argue. Because that's not fair to limit it. So you can say here's why.
Take out the favorite teams. I like that. It makes everybody knows who our favorite teams are.
Okay, so lay down the rules one more time.
You cannot be the GM bomber of the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't be the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't be the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs.
But I can pick any other team in the NFL.
Any other team.
Or your favorite college team or any other.
You can't be the GM
teams.
of the Cubs. You can't be the head coach of the Cubs. You have to take your favorite team, which you've already expressed your loyalty to certain teams. Yeah. You can't take that.
Like I can't take the Chargers. Everybody knows I like the Chargers.
And the Cowgirls.
But your polygamy thing works.
Are we in Utah?
Oh, yeah.
Sports polygamy. I mean, you're a cowboy guy. You don't wear Chargers gear.
Right.
So you could... Chargers are on the board.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
saying you're loyal. You are loyal.
Hussy.
You are loyal to yours.
You NFL hussy.
I could. So if I sat there and said like, I would be the GM or owner of the Philadelphia Phillies
or the Twins,
but people, I can't do the Twins. Right. But people would be like, oh, you like Bryce Harper? They're not my second team, but people would still see it. You like the Chargers because you like the area.
Yep.
You like the uniforms.
Yep.
It's got nothing to do with the coach, the players, or anything like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you have a certain way of why you like them. It's not like, oh, the AFC West is whatever. It's not, the loyalty is not the same that you have for the Cowboys.
Right.
All right. And Serge, you're with me too on this, right? Like you like Kansas Jayhawks, but you'll also follow you also follow Iowa basketball, but Kansas is your deal. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't.
I don't follow Iowa basketball.
You do for the show. Just I'm winking at you. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see her wink.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
What would you take?
College?
No, whatever job you want. We can go around the board. Like
you'd pick one though.
For now, we can come back, and then I get to piss all over it and say, why would you take that? Yes, go.
Well, you go first.
No. You go first. Why are you so scared?
Because I was picking Ole Miss, but that's not where I want to go.
That's not a first round pick.
Right.
A college Ole Miss. No.
It doesn't matter. You just said pick something that's not your favorite that you would want to be a GM.
But Ole Miss? Bomber.
In every movie, I love everything about it.
Do you pay attention to anything we talk about in 2 hours when you're here?
Not usually, no.
Ole Miss, out of all things. Yesterday we talked about the athletic director.
He's piss all over it.
I like the movie The Blind Side,
Sounds
okay?
to me like he's pooping all over it.
We talked about the best jobs to have as an AD in Power 5 yesterday. And Ole Miss never came close. Like, that is not a pick, Bomber.
Why are you so mad at me right now?
Because it's a waste of a pick.
Do you want to arm wrestle?
I will beat you in that too.
You're in trouble right now.
I got Ole Miss. You're
swinging
done.
And missing,
all right, Jay, are you ready?
Serge.
Whatever. I'm taking the car out tonight. I don't care what you say.
I'll have them for you in 30 seconds, Jay.
Okay.
I don't want Ole Miss.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I've thought this through.
Okay.
I'm going to be the coach, the skipper, if you will.
Okay.
Of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Okay.
Because the one that they have sucks. And I want to see him win a World Series with all that talent without him ruining it.
That's a fair pick.
I like the Dodgers.
That's a fair pick. Dave Roberts is awful. He's
Mikey said the Yankees. That's not a bad pick either.
GM of the Yankees is what he said.
Yeah, that's not bad. That wasn't my.
I'd rather be the GM over the coach of the Yankees.
Yeah, GM over the coach.
Didn't he get a little sassy in his pants today?
No, that was no. That was a bad pick, Bomber. It really was.
But did you not hear me when I said I wanted to say Ole Miss, but I take it back because that's not what I want to pick. And then you just, whoa.
Because you've been groomed. You're better than this. You know better than this.
I got my.
You feel dirty now? I need to go take a shower?
No. Yeah.
I got my pick, Jay.
Sure.
Owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
I would love to have him as the owner of my Cowboys. God, thank you, please.
Owner.
Thank you, Serge.
Yeah.
Owner.
I would love him forever.
He'd be good at it.
Wake up in the morning.
Wake up in
What are
the
you gonna do?
morning and I
What are
step
we gonna do today?
outside.
Just make T-Ray happy. Just keep making me happy.
You've got
I value
the
Serge's
number one
opinion.
franchise in the NFL.
Yes.
The reason I say that over, because who are maybe your two most?
It's the number one sports franchise in America.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
first,
hear me out. Hear me out.
Who's won?
Patriots.
They're more valuable than the Yankees.
Okay, then the Yankees are too. Okay.
So I couldn't bring myself to do Cubs. Anything with the Cubs, I just don't.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So your two owners of two NFL teams, your top two most famous ones, who are they right now?
Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert Kraft. Here's the difference. This is why I would say Cowboys over New England.
Sean down in Jacksonville. That's the thing, though.
Hang on.
Arthur Blank, Sean down in Jacksonville. Zelway owner in Denver. Okay.
Blank's good. I would say the owner of the Steelers.
Hines family. And then you have the Hunt family. Anyway,
The fact that we even have to think about this as sports people, the fact that we even have to think about it to wonder, okay, there's no thinking about who Dallas Cowboys owner is.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not saying it for the fame. I'm saying it for how fun and exciting your job is. Now, the difference between a Kraft and a Jerry Jones on why I would pick this one is with Tom Brady going to, Gronk retires. They don't win the Super Bowl. They go, now Tom Brady moves to Tampa, Gronk's rejoining. How much are we going to hear about Robert Kraft next year?
Yeah.
Less.
Not a lot if they don't win that division.
Cowboys, it don't matter what you do. They're still just the
Cowboys are on. You hear
that
just
game,
as much about
that
them
stadium.
if they suck as if they're good.
Yeah.
All right, so
they are still relevant.
What you're saying, though, is that
Dude,
you want your name to be on First Take every morning. You want your name to be on Get Up. You want
Every
your name
damn
to be
day.
All right.
Nobody has to hear me talk about anything. I just go up and I just
By the way, when he's the owner, you know how rich he is? He's rich.
Oh, I got a little bit of my. Oh, I do.
It's a fair point, and he knows it.
He could be wearing some nice clothes.
Okay, bud. Cool.
Hey, he ain't gonna have to be hey, will you be my second at a wedding, no mo?
Right. I would not.
I don't have to be a safety
Kyle
date
says
anymore.
he'd be the owner of the Knicks. I would not be the owner of the Knicks.
Who said that?
Kyle Loomis said owner of the Knicks. I would not.
Really?
But the same reason that he's bringing about owner of the Cowboys. I wouldn't do that. Not right now. And we talked about that being.
You wouldn't do owner of the Cowboys?
No, owner of the Knicks.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, that is.
Anything in New York is no.
Yeah, that's tough. All right.
I don't want to.
What about you, Bird?
That's a good question.
You haven't even thought about it?
I threw it out there, and I was too busy yelling at you
You
about
were
this
yelling at
Ole
me,
Miss.
see? Feel
yeah,
bad
I'm
now?
still mad about it. I'm not gonna lie.
He's coming back around. You get his second pick.
Yeah.
Good Lord, I have disappointed my father.
Yeah.
He's get grounded.
No, hopefully. I don't want to leave my house.
I do like your Cowboys a lot. And the Yankees one is smart, being
Hey,
the
Bomber,
GM.
Jay didn't boo me.
Yeah.
He booed the heck out of me. Gosh. Whatever, I'm just going to drink this. I'm going to drink my Robitussin.
What do you got there? What do you got? Some Diamond
I
Tap
still
over
stick
here?
that I'm going to be the commissioner of the NBA. I don't think they do anything
still
wrong.
love that.
I don't think they do anything wrong outside of the.
I already pissed all over that earlier. So. All right, Bombs, it's your second pick.
Mississippi State Bulldogs. Move on.
Get him, Leah. So I thought you was going to come punch.
Wait, did we hear Jay's yet?
Yeah, I said I'll be the commissioner of the NBA.
The commissioner of the NBA?
Yes. It's easy. It's so good. It makes so much money.
I guess if you like milk toast.
No.
Milk toast.
No. I get to change everything. It's the number one pick that I want. I want their season to start in December. I want the championship to be in July, August.
This is a wrestler. I don't get this. He
because it makes sense money wise, and I don't care if AC Earl yells at me or not and tells me I'm wrong. I'm right. I'm not gonna tell AC Earl that, but I'm right in this. So
well, AC, I can't wait to tell AC what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
Bombs.
right.
Bombs, come back.
I don't care how many degrees he has. I'm right in this.
I want Bombs to come back with a good
I don't really know. I think I would probably do. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared to answer now.
Don't be scared. I won't let him yell at you. You pick what's in your little heart.
I don't know. Braves have always kind of had a draw
There
to
you
them.
go.
So maybe GM of the Braves, Atlanta.
I like that.
It's not a terrible pick.
No, not at all. It's a good pick. You
right,
got a division that you can win.
Here's one that touches on a little bit of what Serge said. I've always had a soft spot for this team, too, a little bit here and there, down the line. One, because I like the city. Now, I took the Chargers out of it because we talked too much about that, okay? Because I wouldn't mind that job, but it would have to be me moving the Chargers back to San Diego. So there's too many variables in that for me to take that job. You follow what I'm saying, guys?
I get what you're saying.
So if the Chargers move back to San Diego, that becomes a lot more likable to me.
Mhm.
Okay, but this job, as of right now, I like what's going on. I love their head coach. I respect the hell out of him. The talent on the team, great. By the way, they just brought in the greatest of all time to be their quarterback.
Who?
I want to be the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the next couple of years.
Hold on. Nobody wants to live in Tampa Bay except for people from Tampa Bay.
No state taxes.
Jay, have you never been there?
Yes, I've been
He
there.
doesn't have to live in Tampa Bay. He can live right around there.
I'll live in.
What are you going to do
I'll
in
live
Tampa
Tarpon
Bay?
Springs.
Swim.
I don't know. Eat a bunch of fresh
Beach,
seafood and
not pay state
drink a bunch of
taxes.
beer from.
Tampa Bay is the armpit
Why is
of
everybody
Florida.
yelling?
Jay,
Yeah, sorry.
it is not.
That's a good question.
Tampa, dude, there is a bunch of beautiful places down there. Tarpon Springs is awesome. Dunedin. I don't know about you. I'll take.
Seventh Sun Brewery tour?
Yeah, you're damn right.
All right, buddy. I know where we're going.
Listen, I think Tampa's a great place.
If the Cowboys are on a bye week, I'll come watch you.
There you go. I'd love to be the GM for the next couple of years.
Florida's a great
You
place
like
to
that
visit.
pick,
I
don't
just
you,
don't know if I could live there.
I haven't gone as owner yet with Serge yet. If I get a third pick,
going right to the top,
I'm going owner on the next pick.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I'll be the GM for the next couple years.
I feel confident that
Hey, NBA
nobody
commissioner,
wants to be in
did you-
Tampa Bay.
Did you have to work today? Yeah. How's that summer? How's that July treating you? I was standing in the gym. It was really hot, and it's hot in the office.
I don't
Listen,
care.
we
what
got to get
Rothy
Rothy.
says.
We
No.
got to get Rothy in here, and I would love for my friend Missy Brown to call in.
Ooh,
Those
that's a
are
good
the two
one.
Tampa fans I know. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you are a Tampa fan right now, you are so damn excited about what's happening in Tampa.
Yeah.
You can't be. And to be the GM to watch that, to help figure that out, especially today on the draft. I'm gonna find me the best offensive tackle I can, and then I'm just gonna. I mean, you're loading up on offensive line, defensive line. That's all
You're
you're
telling
doing.
me right now that you think that they're the favorite to win the NFC South
Yes.
over the Saints?
Yes.
I disagree.
What did the Saints do in the playoffs, Jay?
Well,
folded like a cheap suit.
What
to
did
the
the
Vikings.
Buccaneers do in the playoffs?
Well, they didn't make it because they didn't have Tom
Gronk
Brady.
was what 10 pounds lighter than he was. I mean,
Brady's not gonna carry
You
the whole
don't think
team.
Gronk, by the time the season started, is going to be ready to play football? Come on now.
I don't know. You can't just throw away the Saints.
Godwin, Mike Evans,
Yep.
Gronk,
Who's
probably O.J. Howard.
The Emperor's New Groove. I love him.
all right? So out of that
Get
team,
an old offensive line that's built up. You still have Ronald Jones the third.
I hate this that we do this because there'll be someone like Izeray's like, oh, it's not that thing. Who are you drafting from that team for fantasy reasons, though?
Who am I drafting for that team
Yeah.
for fantasy reasons?
From Tampa Bay.
Oh, I think Godwin's going to be the guy that gets the most deep balls out of
Okay.
it, and he's going to be the Randy
And then
Moss.
after that?
I'll bet Brady throws over 40 touchdowns this year, easily.
What do you throw?
No.
You don't think so?
Yeah. What?
I think it'll be close. I would take the under on that.
Dude,
but
do you remember what Arians did with Carson
Okay.
Palmer?
Listen,
This is Tom Brady. This isn't Carson
hear me
Palmer.
out. Hear me out. The
Okay.
Saints, though, how many people are you taking in fantasy before you take the Saints guys you mentioned? You're taking Breeze. You're taking Thomas.
I'll take
you're taking
Brady over
Kamara.
Breeze right now. Right now, I'm taking Brady over Breeze.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
I'm
not.
taking Mike Evans right now over Michael Thomas.
do you know what the odds were before Gronk?
Plus 1,200?
Plus 700.
No, you guys are nowhere close.
What
New
was it?
Orleans Saints are minus 110.
To win the NFC South?
The NFC South.
Okay.
To the Bucks being plus 170.
Oh, no, we're talking about we're talking about Super Bowl.
I
Yeah.
thought Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
now what are they?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's even out yet. I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Do you guys really think Brady is going to be able to just pull the entire team of the Buccaneers, like for real?
The Buccaneers are just listen. They have
All they were missing was a quarterback.
yes.
No,
Yes.
they got some holes on D.
I don't think they have as many holes on D as you think. Listen, the problem with the defense was that they were on the field a ton because Jameis threw as many interceptions as he did touchdowns.
You're not wrong at all. He's throwing it back.
Right. I mean, Jameis had 30 interceptions and 33 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Where did Jameis go again?
Florida State.
No.
Nowhere yet.
Nowhere yet.
But you see what I'm saying? When your football team has to go back on the field and play defense again and again and again because your quarterback keeps throwing the ball. Brady hasn't thrown 30 interceptions in the last 5 years combined.
Ugh, I just hate him so much.
Hate him what you want. The guy's great.
I don't like Brady. I don't hate him. I don't know him. I don't like that word.
Here's
You're
the
right.
thing. Yeah,
I dislike him.
Don't hate when you're in the middle of the greatest of all time quarterback.
He's one of them. I won't say he is the.
He is the greatest of all time.
You got Mahomes still
Listen,
coming
right now
up
in
here
football,
no, kiddo.
I'm throwing my personal fandom out the window. Yeah. I want to watch great football. And I think Brady in this thing is going to be great football.
As a player, he's a great player. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying as a person, he rubs me the wrong way. I don't like it. I don't like the ego. I don't like it.
What ego?
Oh, are you kidding me?
I think he has a fire. I really don't think he has much of an ego.
Any man that takes selfies and posts Snapchats of just himself up and down.
Oh, you follow him on social media. Ooh, you thirsty.
I don't think he's got an ego at all.
And his wife has an Adam's apple. I'm just putting that out there.
So I'll make out with her. I don't care.
Don't quit on the show. We only have a few minutes.
I'm leaving.
What are you getting upset about?
Want to go down
pouring some more of that grape Kool-Aid? Yeah. Okay. I want some of that.
She's going to go to the lobby and play Who's Hot and Who's Scott.
Who's Hot and Who's Scott?
I'm going to date for my friend's wedding.
All right. Can I say
Dibs on the girl with the manly voice and the turtleneck?
That's me, usually. Where's everybody's cups?
Stocking just said Brady is not the best of all time.
Okay, Stocking. Who is it?
He's the greatest of all time.
Who is it?
What criteria are you going to use to argue this one?
Why do I have to like him as a person? I don't.
No, it's not
you don't
about
have to.
liking
Remember,
him.
Bomber, we discussed this yesterday.
When he came back against
you
the Falcons, I wrote on social media, and you guys all know, people that follow me, my brother's a big Patriots fan, Brady fan.
Yeah.
And I will always say things about Brady. But when he came back from 28-3 down, I said, that is the GOAT. Is the GOAT. I said that you just watched.
Remember what he was doing on the sideline when they were down? Did you see him putting his head down LeBron style? When you follow me when I'm going here.
Yeah.
Remember when LeBron was getting beat? Just put his head down, didn't try anymore?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's ego. That's what I've been saying.
No, but Brady didn't do that. Brady was getting pissed saying, come on, guys. We're better than this. Let's do something here.
And then happened.
Listen, I don't like the Patriots. I don't necessarily say I love Brady, but I don't hate him.
I don't dislike his
I
talent.
can, respect what I see.
I don't know. And I know that he cheated on his girlfriend when she was pregnant with
Stocking. I love the fact you bring up 1943, Sammy Baugh led the NFL, whatever else. It's not happening. It's not even in the conversation. Sammy Baugh is not in the conversation of the greatest NFL quarterback of all time.
Come on, Stock.
Not the top 3, not the top 13. It's not going to happen.
No, he's not even the top 20 of all time.
Yeah,
every quarterback playing in the league today is better than Sammy Baugh.
It's a completely different thing. The forward pass was maybe an infant stages then. The RPOs, everything else, it's not going to happen.
Tim Couch is the best ever.
No, that was bad. Danny White. No, I have problems with Danny White though.
Oh,
anyway,
go with Danny White with me.
I have a lot of problems with Danny White.
I hate Danny White.
This is
Is he related to Vanna?
No.
Dang
he
it.
wishes he's related to Vanna.
Is he that
but all
bad?
those guys that were older than me, and they know who they are. When I was just so in love with the
Turn those letters,
Chicago
girl.
Bears before they won the Super Bowl, and they were all like, "I love the Cowboys and Danny White." And
by the way, I got my other pick that I want to be before we get off.
Sure, yeah, do it.
Go.
So we're just saying this. I'm going to be the owner of the Bears.
There you go.
Well, you can't do any worse.
You can come over to my house. I'll come over to your house. Let's have a good time.
I did that research.
As much as I can say bad things,
he fixes the Cowboys for me. I fix the Bears for him.
Yeah,
happy.
And I don't have much of a problem with Virginia McCaskey, but
she's just old.
Sure.
As much as I can say that I don't like Chicago, in my top 5,
that would be
my
amazing.
Pick, a Chicago franchise
the Bears
would be there.
If I could have picked my own team, I would have done that first. But
yeah,
to sit in Jerry Jones's chair and watch those games.
No, I would love to own the Cubs. That'd
be
amazing.
when you go to the games, what's the most fun thing about it?
Okay, quick. 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Bears, Cubs, Blackhawks, Bulls. Order. Go. Which one would you rather have?
Say it again.
Bears, Cubs, Blackhawks, Bulls.
Bears.
1.
Yeah, Bears, Cubs.
Then what?
Bears,
then
Cubs,
what's 2?
Bulls.
Bears,
Bulls
Cubs,
are 2.
Bulls, White Sox.
Cubs are 3.
He
then
didn't say White
Sox.
Sox.
White Sox. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm very, very sorry. All right, we're running out of time. This was fun. A lot of fun. And guys, I really thought we were not going to make it this far. Just keep doing it.
There's Bears, Sox,
Enjoy
Bulls,
Thursday.
Blackhawks.
We'll see you guys soon. Take care, Quad Cities.
Bye, assless.